Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the Gallagher Premiership. This match is going to be between Saracens and the Sale Sharks. Should be an exciting one. We've already seen a couple interesting results for this round. The Sevens has been running all weekend, which is what we have been covering on the channel. So it is nice to sit back, relax, and enjoy a little bit of rugby union. We were going to be doing the match that was taking place between the Barbarians and Manu Samoa. That one got cancelled, unfortunately. So because of that, it does mean that we are going to be having this as our only rugby union one. I just turned on another light because it was a little bit dark here at 4 a.m. New Zealand time. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will be winning this game? I see that the poll at the moment is pretty even in terms of who you guys think will be winning this matchup. So it is going to be exciting to see who will be able to get the job done. The two-footer poll is going to be on the side of Saracens. Also, a couple changes in that front row, though. With the injury of Jamie George, does mean that Ethan Lewis will be added in there. And then Vincent Koch getting to start at 3. There was also an injury to Riccioni in the game that he was playing for Italy. So because of that, it does mean that he is out as well. But they have still got Mara Toge at 4 as a very dangerous option. No Owen Farrell at 10, but instead Alex Good and Max Malins gets a start. He's been able to score a couple hat tricks recently, Max Malins, so maybe he'll be able to do the same here in this match. Up against the Sale Sharks side, they have got a few Duprez who are out on the field. Also, Lou Diaga, Tom Curry off the bench for them as well. Going to be interesting to see what he can do. His brother gets a start, though, in this match, Ben Curry, but this game is only a couple minutes away from taking place. It's going to be an exciting one, and I am glad that I do get to cover some form of rugby on the channel. Of course, we were going to almost be doing those matches taking place for the URC in South Africa. Munster versus the Bulls was one that comes to mind, but then they have been postponed as well. So we have had quite a bit of cancellations and postponement for our rugby, that is for sure. But I'm excited to see how this game goes. Saracens versus Sale, it's definitely taken place, and it is coming very, very soon. We have got there. Hello, Amish. Such a great game ahead of us. My bet on Sale Sharks to take it as well says, Kevin, they are the underdogs for this game, but one thing is you cannot underestimate the Sale Sharks. They've got that physicality side of it. Also in the midfield, very strong, although no sign of Manu Tuolangi. Unfortunately, after his game for England, did end up with another injury. He's had plenty of them throughout his career, that is for sure, but it is going to be a battle instead. Jancy van Rensburg up against Nick Tompkins, who was doing very decently during those autumn internationals that have been taking place. Those are a couple big flags out to the side there, I see, for the Saracens, but we're almost here for the kickoff, only a couple minutes away. Do let me know what your score prediction is, Kevin, and also who is going to score the first try. I'm going to say it will be either Max Malins or Simon Hammersley. I'm saying it's a day for the fullbacks here. See who is going to be able to get it. Saracens sitting third at the moment on 27 points. And then sitting down in the 9th place position on 17. It is Sale Sharks. The Kings of the draw at the moment are the London Irish. They've had 3 draws, but we had a different draw to take place just before. My voice is struggling a little bit, I'll be honest. We have got the hello, Hamish. Hope you're doing well. See, Sebastian, I'm doing very well, mate. Other than the voice, I'm very hyped up for this game. It is nice to see some rugby union for this weekend. I haven't been able to watch too many games. I actually tried to watch the game Leinster versus Ulster this morning, 9 a.m. New Zealand time. I fell asleep at 8:58, so I did miss it, unfortunately. And also, we have got there. I'm just here to troll the Muppets. Although I hope that's okay as well. Says Jay. Hopefully, we don't have too many of them, but it's good to see you here, mate. Jay, who would you put your 70 cents on for this game to score a try? Do let me know. And also, g'day Seb as well from Jay there and at the chat. But yeah, there's been quite a few recently, but at this stage, we have got plenty more rugby coming up, not just this weekend. Not just next weekend, I should say, but also heading into the Champions and Challenge Cup. They are coming just around the corner here for us. But we see there Billy Vunipola, plenty of strapping on his leg, but his brother Marco, I feel like one of those two are scoring a try. I'm going to say, you know what? We're going to try and be fancy here. We're going to predict 3 men to score a try, and all of them are scoring, is what we will go with. So I'm going to say it's going to be Byron McGigan, Max Malins, and also Billy Vunipola are the 3 men who are scoring a try in this match. Probably have to write them down because I may forget them. But those 3, they're the 3 that we're saying are going to be able to score on this one. Max Malins at the moment, he is skipping. He is loving it because he is back there. He has only really had a few minutes for England in the past couple matches of the autumn internationals. He did only get to come off the bench in a lot of those games. So also coming off the bench, though, Sam Simmons and Alex Dombrand, 2 specialist 8s. Billy Vunipola missing out. But we are almost there. The referee for this one, Tom Foley, good AJ. I will definitely allow it as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. But unless this game, the Gallagher Premiership, we're up to round 9 already. It's flying by. These two sides, they have got one more round, I believe, before we get into the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup, where they will have a couple tough opposition. We have also got their Trunk is a Wales fan. Sorry, I said, hi, Kiwi lads. How are you doing today? I'm doing very well, mate. I'm hyped up. I was a little bit tired earlier on, but I think now that we're back in the rugby union field, I am well and truly awake for this game. And I have no idea who is who, but I'd say my 70 cents on the Saracens as well. Says Jay there. It has been kicked off, and Saracens receiving that ball, Mara Doge, able to take it down just on the 22. We have got their Saracens 30, Sale Sharks 36, Hamish. Says Kevin for the prediction. I would enjoy that match. High scoring one. That's a penalty for flopping over the front there. Lutiaga is the man who is penalised. Getting his first run round for Sale Sharks in a long time. Has been with the Springbok camp. He's had a haircut as well there. Oh, no, not a Wales fan as well, says Jay there. I mean, at the end of the day, Wales, I'm looking forward to seeing them in the Six Nations. It's coming up very soon as well in February, alongside Super Rugby Pacific. Now kicking it down there, Good. Finds the touchline, and Saracens able to work their way towards the halfway line now with the line out. Lutiaga, it's great to see him back in the Sale Shark kit. He is one of those players you never really get to see him play for Sale. Also, Faf de Klerk is another player who has a few rare appearances. But the big thing with Faf de Klerk at the moment is he is injured. Looks like, yeah, they've thrown the man up in the air, and it would have been, I believe, it was Sekwe. I can't say his name to save myself. That's going to be dropped there by Nick Tompkins. A little knock on. And now it does mean that it is going to be not the best start to the match for Saracens. Thank you, Ulster Rugby. You silenced the Smurfs or silenced the Smurfs last night? Yeah, I did see it was 20 and 10 to Leinster. I believe only the one try for Robbie Henshaw. That was the game that I was going to be watching late at night, but I did actually miss it, or earlier in the morning, I guess you could say, because it was at 9 a.m. And who's top of the Premiership? Says that Trunk is a Wales fan. At this stage, Leicester, they are actually sitting top of the top, 37 points. They haven't lost a game yet. And the second most wins for any other side is 5. So they've won 8 from 8. They are phenomenal at the moment, 37 points. Second is Harlequins on 28. Third is Saracens on 27. And then Northampton slotting in at 4th on 25. All three teams having the 3 wins. Oh, sorry, the 5 wins, I should say. That's a big push there from Saracens. The ball bounced out the back, though, and Curry has had to clean that one up there with a bit of something in the breakdown, and that's going to be the penalty for Saracens there. And also we have got there. So disappointed with last night's result, and I'm proud of Oscar Beard. 2 tries for the man as well. So Sebastian, you did mention that name earlier on, and then he was able to get himself 2. So very nicely done from him. But Rafi Quirk there just giving away the penalty, and Vunapola all over the breakdown there for us. So we have got there. It's an inside joke from BKR chat as well for the Welsh. Yeah, at this stage, Lutiaga, once again, he is having a little bit of a rough start to this match, but he is still probably, I guess you could say, a little bit rusty from the Premiership style. He has been playing for the Springboks for pretty much the whole of this year. Hasn't had any run rounds, I don't believe, but now Lazowski might be lining up this one. Dead positive on my side, says the referee. I'm not too sure what that's for, but slotted 7 from 9 kicks this season, 78% for Lazowski. And yep, you missed a better, Hamish as well. Says Ulster were the clear winners. Leinster were poor, and he didn't deserve anything out of that game as well. Says Kanakoin in, and that one has gone over there. Good kick from Lazowski, and now 3-0 for Saracens early on. Who who won yesterday? Dragons versus Edinburgh. I'll quickly get that one up for you. I believe it was the Dragons, though, I want to say, but I could be wrong there. And I will quickly, it was actually Edinburgh who won 30 points to 14. So a good win there for them. So at the moment, the table for the URC is sitting Leinster at the top, Ulster also at the top, both sitting on 24 with the 5-1 loss. And then Edinburgh has actually moved up to 3rd with Munster in 4th for those rankings. But now just inside of their own 22 here, the Gallagher Premiership. Round 9 already coming to a close almost. And then we have got one more round in the Champions Cup and Challenge Cup, Edinburgh as well. Says Kanako in there in the chat. But yeah, 30 points to 14. So a couple high scoring ones, but also quite a few close games taking place over the weekend. That one is going to be a tackle there by Ray. And they are going to be about 40 metres out here for the Sale Sharks. They were wanting to score quite a few tries in this game. I think that was a big hit there in the breakdown. And once again, it is the solid defence from Saracens. They will not let you make too many extra metres. Dupree there dragged down by Vunapola. Still going to be available for them here. And it looks like Rafi Quirk. No, it is actually going to be Hammersley joining up there. They never halfback for a little bit. McGuigan now firing it back. And it's going to be the cross check. McGinty puts it extremely high. Who wants it? It looks like the number 2 does not. Going to be hit back on the side of Sale Sharks, though. Curry on the outside now. Oh, not able to find the drawing pass. And it's a great tackle there from Seagun. Once again, going to be using their backline here for the Sale Sharks. And I actually still remember that game between them and the London Irish. That did end in that, I believe it was about a 32-32 draw in that one. And now around the side there, Rafi Quirk trying to snipe. He's going to be dragged down. Great defense from Saracens to not really let them get too much go forward. But now it's a nice pass on the outside of Jansi van Rensburg with the carry there. Tompkins trying to get straight in the breakdown, but not able to get the turnover. Curry now with the carry, his brother off the bench in the later stages. Started at number 8 for England, Tom Curry in the end. I wonder if that is what they will be going with. Going for McGinty now, fires it back. This is a good backline movement here for Sale Sharks. Oh, good tackle though on Roebuck, I believe is the pronunciation, and Toje versus the Yaga. That's some lockjaw, so yeah, definitely. And it is one of those ones that normally you expect that's an interception pass there. And it is going to be claimed by Saracens and number 14, Maitland, for this one. But pretty much like that battle, Luke Diaga versus Atoja, you only think you'll see that at international level. But you do get to see it now in a Gallagher Premiership game. And this game, it's got a big match feel to it. Both sides wanted to get themselves a win. Definitely a must-win for Saracens if they do want to try and chase down Leicester, who are just on fire in this championship so far. McGinty now doing a little bit of a snipe around the side of the breakdown. Dragged down by Jackson, though. It is still going to be available. One more draw on pass. Curry once again with the carry. I wonder if we'll get to see both Currys out on the field at the same time, or whether they do replace Curry with Curry. Possibly. Still not really getting too many more meters here for the Sale Sharks. Still trying to find that little bit of a gap in the back line. Good hit there on Hammersley. Gets driven backwards around the side. Now Ludiaga picks and goes. Getting straight on the ball. It is Ethan Lewis wins the penalty, replacing Jamie George in that number 2 jersey. We have got there whenever they are on the URC channel as well. See Sebastian there. And at the chat, and also we have got there. And at the chat as well, the Aunt Minisib as well. It says Kana Conan, and also I did notice that Premier Sports are much quicker as well. See Sebastian there, and Sean Maitland, great player for the series as well. Yeah, definitely. It's one to watch out for on the wing. Normally they do seem to go either him, and also they have got the option of Malins, but they decided Malins is going to be the 15 for this game. And I believe they've just had a little bit of a reshuffle with Farrell not being here for this game, because they have actually got instead it's Alex Good who will be starting at number 10. We have got the LB waiting in there from Sebastian there, or Premier Sports as well. For what is why is Bath doing so bad this year? As well, says Trunk as well elsewhere, and they have been struggling big time. The thing is, like, their squad on paper, they've got some pretty good players, but they don't seem to be able to really get it going in the early stages. Like, I'm going to look at the table. I believe they are dead last. Someone else who hasn't really been firing this year, Bristol Bears, so far have been struggling as well. But I'd assume with it being such a long season, I'm hoping that they will start to get going. So Bristol sitting on 14, but Bath down the bottom. They have lost all 8 games, and they have had 4 bonus points, sitting on just the 4 points, 10 points behind anyone else. But they have got a game in hand, but I'm not too sure whether or not that will be the difference. It will depend on who they beat. I feel like at this stage, it's going to be very exciting to see who is the team that they get that upset against. Imagine if it's Leicester, the team who haven't lost a game yet, against the team who haven't won a game. Rafik Quirk just stealing that ball off Vincent Koch, who didn't have very good ball security, kicks it in behind now. And it's going to be a bit of a chase. It's going too far, is it? No, it sits in the goal area, I should say. So now it is going to be the goal line dropout. Farrell and Jamie George missing. Also, they haven't got Riccioni in the number 3 jersey. He was injured in that game between Italy and Argentina, I think, is another player that they have got missing for this one. They have got themselves 2 Vunipolas. I did say for my prediction of who's going to be able to score. I'm not sure why I decided to go with 3 players rather than just the one that I normally get wrong. I decided it is going to be McGigan, also Max Malins, and also Billy Vunipola, all scoring a try in this game. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. Goal line dropout. They actually decided to go for the more strategic short kick there, Saracens. It has been retained, though, by Sale Sharks and Diaga around the side. But normally sides, he's dropped the ball again, Diaga, but it went backwards. So it is still going to be available for Sale Sharks. Can they score the opening try of this match? Another little knocked backwards ball. Dan Dupree now around the side. A man who was actually in the South African squad for a little while. He didn't actually get any game time, though, so it is great to see him getting a run round for the Sharks into this game now. Once again, they're going for the little overlap on the outside. He's very close to the touchline, but nicely done by Roebuck to keep himself in the field of play. 15 metres out now. Dan Dupree once again with the step. His fellow South African Diaga is going to be in that breakdown trying to protect the ball. Once again, quick hands advantage over. It's another Dupree brother. And now the big number 6 there, Jono Ross, getting driven backwards now. Still 15 metres out. Big Salah, the dummy from McGinty, gets dragged down nicely. And it looks like one of the Saracens player, I believe it's actually Ethan Lewis. He looks like he's a little bit slow on his feet at the moment. I'm not too sure whether or not that is from a head knock or whether that is just a case of him not really getting going. Max Malins now on the outside, gives it off to Sean Maitland. And now he puts it on the boot. A very long boot from that man into the half now of the Sale Sharks. And it is going to be now the counter-attack, trying to run straight up the middle of the field. Good tackle from Vincent Koch now, 45 metres out to Yaga once again. Almost playing halfback, leaves it for Quirk. Decides where he is going to be going. Rafi Quirk now goes away to the left-hand side. Chipped in behind there from Sam James, straight into the 22, and Sean Maitland takes the mark. Saracens have to walk away with this. Walk away from this with no points for the Quins to keep the second spot. Highly unlikely as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, you would think if they do end up losing this game here, Saracens, they probably still get a losing bonus point, perhaps. But at the end of the day, if Sale Sharks can fire the way that they possibly have in the earlier games, they've had a couple good performances. So if they can do that in this game, who knows? Maybe it could be the case. Hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the bell. It's free. Come on, Seb. Live your game, mate, as well. Says Jay there. Also, we have got there. Sean Maitland was great in 2008 when the Crusaders beat the Waratahs in the final 21-12. I remember Scott Hamilton and Rico Guerra as well. I don't think World Rugby will let him because of the PC mob as well. For what are your thoughts on Israel Folau, playing for Tonga in World Cup, perhaps? I'm interested to know who is going to be kind of swapping, because we know quite a few names have been mentioned. As soon as they announced it, you've got the names that are getting thrown around there, the likes of maybe even, I would absolutely love to see it. Speaking of the Premiership, it would be the number 15 for, I've forgotten his name, unfortunately. How has that happened? No, sorry. Who is it? Oh, I've completely forgotten his name, but he's a number 15 for one of these sides. I don't know what's happened to my brain, but I can't quite think of him. Bristol Bears number 15, Charles Piatow. No, that's not him. Who's their number 15? I can't think of it. Is it Piatow? It might be Charles Piatow. No, he's the forward. Who am I thinking of, ladies and gentlemen? Bristol Bears number 15. The name is completely leaving my tongue, or not leaving my tongue, I should say. That's going to be a juggle there from Sale Sharks, but still going to be on the side of the Saracens now. Yes, Charles as well, says Drunk as a Wales fan. I don't know why that was so hard for myself. Now it is going to be out the back line there. Nice step from Tompkins, 25 metres out. But there are all those rumours of who's going to be willing to take that risk. I know Malachi Fekatoa is probably a definite at this point, but he did have this big injury for Wasps that did stop him from being able to do the 7 circuit type thing that he was planning. Atoje now with the carry, 22 metres out here for the Saracens, going to the short side once again. Good hands from Good. Now passing it off to Vincent Koch. You can hear the crowd get him behind their Saracens home side here. Once again throwing himself at the line. Lewis got big boots to fill with Jamie George out now. Going to be trying to snipe there. It is Davis. Just not able to get through though. Now once again giving it now. Marco Vunapola, first carry for him. He'll be keen to get going. And at this game, his brother Billy's calling for the ball at the moment. They did the skip pass, though. Now it's going to be through the legs. Max Malin now on the outside. Seagun going for the corner. He has been able to keep it in. Max Malin's goes almost into touch. Is it out? Oh, little knock on there against the Saracens. Welcome in, Jack, as well. Hello as well. And hello all. Says it was Jack there. And Sale won't beat Saracens even with players missing no chance as well, says Jack. Yeah, that's going to be certainly a tough game. I hope you're doing well, mate. And do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you were watching the sevens when we were doing them? I know that we had a few of you guys who do just watch Union, but also a few that do dabble in the sevens as well. We're going to be covering the Dubai Sevens next weekend as well, and it is going to be very exciting. Although I guess now it's this weekend because I am in New Zealand. But now 12 minutes through this game, the clock reads 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is 3-0 here for the Saracens. And yep, Nick Tompkins, a Welsh boy, Jay, as well, and at the chat for a little bit earlier on as well. But that's the thing, very good player. Nick Tompkins, I thought he was one of the standouts in that midfield for them. And also another Welsh player that I definitely need to give the shout out to is the man who he actually sorted in at not just 7, not just 8. He was kind of going everywhere in that midfield, Tane Basham. And he was just an absolutely phenomenal player for them. And if he keeps on going the way that he was there, he has got a bright future for the Welsh back. But now it is going to be Sale Sharks 5 metres out from their own line, just trying to get this one going forward. But good defence from Saracens once again to not really let them get too many metres. Quirk rolling it back, and he'll be putting up the box kick here. And I was there for all of them at a kicking time. So Ted says, Sebastian, yeah, tell you what, I have to applaud your commitment, not just to the sevens and whatnot, but being there for every single live stream. We had the guys who you had to end up blocking and all sorts. Like, you were just on fire throughout the whole weekend, and I do thank you very much, Sebastian, for your hard work. And that's the thing, even when I schedule this live stream, straight away in the Discord, it did pop up saying if you guys want to check out this one with the poster. And that poster was very nice, by the way, as well. I did enjoy it. But yeah, thank you very much for all of your commitment towards the channel, mate. It is hugely appreciated and does save us. I remember when I used to do the modding myself, and I used to have to kind of time out everyone, and it was a lot of work, definitely with the spammers that we have had recently. Now 25 metres out from their own line here, and it is going to be going forward. And it is a kick downfield from AJ McGinty, but he's decided to kick it out on the full, so it's going right back to where he did kick it from, and he is not too happy with that one, AJ McGinty. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. No tries yet that we have seen. I heard you had them a few Muppets on here as well, says Jay. Yeah, me and Big Sport, we actually talked about it quite, I guess you could say in depth, because pretty much it was last night when the sevens were taking place at about 4 a.m. I think I was on a Discord call with him from about 12 to almost probably around that 3:30 mark. Or sorry, it was 12 to 3 or something around there. And it was pretty much just us trying to keep ourselves awake so that we could go to the later ones. And Basham is a good lad as well, says Flesh. And yeah, very good player for Wales. And he just, like, even in that All Blacks game, he was a standout. And he seemed to be just one of those players that no matter what, he was just throwing himself at the line. Like, I kept on saying, Tane, bashing the ball up, because he just kept on, he just smack into the defense. He'd get up, he'd do it again, he'd whack a few players as well. We still do, Jay, but I'll try to ignore him for now as well, says Sebastian there in the chat. But yeah, you've been doing a very good job for the moderation, so it is hugely appreciated that you have been sticking around for all of our live streams. I know that, like, that's the thing. My voice does get a little bit tired from these live streams, but I assume that, Sebastian, the way that you are always, like, reading the chat, always writing in the chat as well, is probably pretty exhausting for you. I would assume, but now it is going to be Sale Sharks 40 metres out from their own line, or probably around 30 now, with that ball rolling backwards a little bit. It looks like once again they are going to be firing this one back to their big forwards. Vunipola making the tackle. Sale Sharks, it's still a close game. 15 minutes almost gone in this one, and it is remaining at 3-0 to Saracens, just with that early penalty against Lou Diaga. Rafi Quirk puts it high. It's a good box kick, gets plenty of meterage on it, and it is going to be falling now for Sean Maitland. Does a little bit of a step. Dragged down nicely by McGinty, though. Now 40 metres out from their own line here, Saracens. Mara Toje gets himself another carry. Mr. Nominated for Player of the Year, I should say. Going to be interesting to see whether or not he does get a mention for maybe, because I know that I think everyone's saying it's going to be Dupont and Michael Hooper. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not Mara Toje's name is thrown around there as well. It is going to be a little bit of a knock on there from Hammersley. And now going back for the scrum we have got there. Is he on now, Seb, as well? Says Jane, not that I know of. I believe he's from Australia, so it does make it a little bit tough. Oh, no, sorry, a different one we've actually got is from South Africa. So it might be afternoon time there for them on the Sunday. And let's just say that I know all our Welsh fans and who are genuine as well, or genuine, says Sebastian. Also, Kiwi lads, imagine that this back for Tonga in 2023, Sonatone Takalua as the captain, James Fiver, Solomoni Kata, George Moala, Malakai Fekatoa, Toulouse, Vienu, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and also Charles Piatel. Yeah, that would be phenomenal for them if they were able to get it. I don't know whether or not, is it that they've got to have the 3 years, so I'm not sure whether or not they will be able to before the World Cup, but 2027, like in any other competition that Tonga are taking part in, because they have a match coming up, and it's going to be up against either Malaysia, South Korea, or also there's one other team that they might be playing up against. I can't quite think of off the top of my head, I should say, but whoever wins that game qualifies for the World Cup, so it would be pretty awesome to see the Tongans in that one. They bring that physicality that just is unrivaled, although that's the thing, the Pacific Island teams, they know how to hit hard and they know how to run hard, and that is why they are a dangerous side, and it would be awesome to see them in the World Cup. That's a brilliant kick there from Alex Good, going 5 metres out now from the line, and it's going to be a very good opportunity for the rolling ball. I can't see Nalila Mape and Israel coming in as well, says Trunk as a Wales fan. Yeah, I feel like Charles Piatel, I really hope takes the opportunity, but then saying that, would he decide to risk it? Because at the end of the day, he's getting like $1 million a season at the Bristol Bears, doesn't want to risk an injury, and it will be tough for some of these sides to try, some of these players to decide whether or not it is worth taking that leap, because it will definitely make the island nation stronger when it comes to that game of rugby. That is going to be the ball going down, and it's going to be the penalty now for the player collapsing. So now, do they go for the corner here once again? I believe they might, because they did go for the corner for their last one. And who New Zealand are playing next year? Is it England or New Zealand, or Ireland or New Zealand? It is Ireland that we are going to have the 3-match tour up against. I hope we get to see one day us play England. We don't really get to see it too often, though. I think Charles will do it as well, says Trunk as a Wales fan. I really hope he does, because like the way that he plays for Bristol Bears, like, yes, they're struggling at the moment, but he is just one of those players that it doesn't take a lot, and all of a sudden, like, the magic gets turned on and he is going. and he has got the potential to be a game changer for them as well. And also Trunk has blocked me now. As well as Jay there at the tap of that one is going to be going forward. And Maratoje takes it nicely for the rolling ball here. Looks like one of the Vunipolas at the back. It's rolling around. They've been told to use it once. Is it going to be Marco Vunipola? Has he got it down? Who's got it? It's Vincent Koch who has been able to score it there, the big South African at number 3, and he has been able to get the opening try of the match there for Saracens. Very nicely done. And there you go as well. Says it was Sebastian there in the chat. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for this one as well to see how it does go, because at the end of the day, it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not we are going to get a bonus point win here for either of these sides. But Mara Toje takes the ball. I thought it was going to be Marco Vunipola getting that rolling ball going, but I said the wrong prop. Vincent Koch going over the line. Like I mentioned, Marco Riccioni, who is normally in the starting lineup, did end up with that injury up against Argentina. So because of that, he is missing for this one. Very nicely done by Saracens, and we will add him to the try scorers list. Tell you what, not a name that we normally add to the try scorers list. Now, it is nice to see that he has been able to score himself a try there, Vincent Koch, as he is a very talented player like that. He is a member of the bomb squad, comes off the bench every time for South Africa and always has an impact. And he has been able to have an impact early on in this one as well. 18 minutes in, scores the first try of the match for Saracens, and now they lead this game 10-0 after a very good kick. I had my foot up on my desk, but I think I was cutting off the circulation, and now I've got real bad pins and needles in my feet. Not ideal, that is for sure, but it was a nice rolling ball there for Saracens. That is certainly ideal for them to get themselves going for try Koch as well. Another chat, maybe 70 cents is safe for now as well, says Jay. For 70 cents, yeah, I assume I think they were paying about $1.20, so you make yourself around 5 cents or so, mate, for that one, or 4 cents, so you get back 74. No, it's even less than that, isn't it? Is it 74? No. Yeah, you get about 74 cents, which would be nice enough to get you maybe half of a $1 mixture and a nice little lolly to go with it as well. But that one is going to be going up now. And they're taken nicely by the fullback for Sale Sharks there, Hammersley. Simon Hammersley getting driven well and truly backwards there. Seagun with the pressure and the breakdown. And it is still going to be on the side of the Sale Sharks. Can they score in this first half? They need to if they want a chance of being able to win this game. Luke Diago once again joining that breakdown, and Rafi Quirk going to be putting this ball high. I'm looking forward to seeing Tom Curry off the bench, because he has certainly got the power. You've got their Samoa 2023 backline, Kiwi lads. 9 is going to be Enery, 10 Lima Sapawanga, 11 Ben Lamb, 12 Umunga Jensen, Tim Nenai Williams, Ed Fidel, Josh Ioane. Tell you what, that would be an insane backline to have for Samoa, because I know at the moment, like their games up against Tonga, they were missing quite a few of their international players. And the problem with Samoa at the moment is, like before that law was brought in, they didn't really have too many players available for selection due to them all being in the overseas league. It would be interesting to see a Josh Ioane Lima Sapawanga combo, though. They go back to the old days of the Highlanders, perhaps. Were they both there at the same time? Or that's going to be Seagun trying to get up in the air. And it's just a little knock-on going back for the scrum now for the Sale Sharks. Double knock-on is the call, but Seagun just not quite able to take that one cleanly. And he is actually out on that left wing side. Last week, or the last time that I covered a game for Saracens, I believe it was actually Maitland out on that wing. And then it was out on the other Max Maitlands, and Denny Somalia would be crazy as well. And also we have got there from coding bro, why Black Caps doesn't falter from dominating position to now losing position now on day 5, going and playing to save test match instead, or match against India, 6-1, chasing 283 on day 5. It's so frustrating to see as well, says coding. Yeah, they did so well to be able to not lose any wickets with Latham and also Young getting a very good opening partnership. That's the thing. With the amount of rugby that we've had on this weekend, I haven't actually been able to watch as much of that cricket as I would like to. I'm certainly going to be watching the final day, though, to see whether or not they can get it done. And yes, Kiwi lads, a Highlanders reunion as well. That would be pretty awesome. And yeah, Lima Sapawanga, I believe he's not playing for the Wasps anymore. He's actually signed for one of the French sides. Who is he signed for? I know that it's one of the French teams. What's happening to the series as well, says Sebastian. Or what's happening in the series, says Sebastian. So at this stage, they are playing the first test. There is just the 2 as well. And also, this is supposed to be the best league in the UK, but the camera angles are so bad as well, says LB. Yeah, there are some pretty rough ones at time. I remember doing the live stream about 4 weeks ago or something, and they actually left the camera as the one on like this far side without it being zoomed in. So we were watching the game, and they looked like little ants running around out on the field. And it took about 5 minutes before they realized as well that 4G pitch is a shocker. My son plays on one, and he always got burns as well. Yeah, I think that is also one of the reasons they have allowed like the players to be able to wear those kind of leggings/tights now to try and protect their knees a little bit. But as certainly like 4G pitches for me shouldn't be a thing just because they look like, yes, it means that you do get to save yourself from having to do like pitch maintenance and whatnot a little bit more, but like player safety should be coming a little bit higher than that. I would think like, yes, you may end up with a big old hole in your pitch, but it's better than a player ending up with a big old gash in his leg from sliding on there and getting burnt from the 4G turf. We have got their Lion. That is who he is at as well. Him alongside Tuisova. Imagine that combo when it does get going. And I know that Lion, I think did they end up losing last night in the top 14? That's the thing with the amount of rugby on at the moment. Like I try and remember to watch as many games as possible, but they're not actually showing the top 14 in New Zealand at the moment due to the Sevens and also due to the Gallagher Premiership as well. But yeah, it is Lion. They lost to Toulon, 19 points to 13. Toulouse actually only getting a 18 points to 11 win over Brev. And now that's going to be a good run forward for Sale Sharks, 40 metres out from the line now. And it is a nice little bit of draw and pass. There's a penalty to Saracens, though, for a bit of obstruction. I believe it was Ben Curry. That looked more like Tom. But they're identical twins, aren't they? So maybe that's why I'm getting them confused. Oh, actually, it is Tom Curry, because he is out on the field at the moment due to the injury. So the both Curry brothers are out there. I agree, LB, and unofficial pitches should be banned as well. If the North wants to play fast, they need to get roofs on their fields as well, says LB. And also we have to hit that like button, subscribe, and check it. Click on the link. It's free. See for copy and paste as well. Says it was Jay, because you guys are both moderators on BCar Sports YouTube channel as well, aren't you? I think that is where the banter has come from. At 23 minutes, and he actually mentioned you guys and said that you are doing a very good job. Definitely on the live stream yesterday for the A-League. He said that you had about 70 spammers to deal with or something along those lines. Oh, sorry, it was actually the NBA. Exactly, those Burns never get a chance to heal. Then they play games on grass each other week and get dirt in the wounds as well, says Flesh. And yeah, so I feel like whoever thought it out, like, because even like the idea of playing on it, yes, it's convenient because you don't have to like fix the pitches and whatnot, but whoever thought about it probably hasn't experienced, that's a big, he hasn't experienced that in his ribcage before for a little while, and it's going to be the knock on there from Alex Gooden. He is feeling that one, but yeah, pretty much, I guess it's an interesting one because surely they haven't like slid. Like, just go to the person who is like saying, oh yeah, just play on the 4G pitches, it's fine. Tell them to grab a ball and slide over the try line and see how they like it. And then I feel like they would change their mind pretty quickly. And also we have got there Tom Curry owes Tom Brand a few international games as well, says Sebastian. And also probably Simmons would have liked a few more minutes in those ones as well. Eddie Jones just didn't seem to want to put him in, only getting like 5 minutes at the end of a lot of those games. And also we have got there, it is Jansi van Rensburg should get, or really should be back up to DLND and get some game time over, as well as Esther Hazen, as well. Yeah, it would be nice to see them in 4G. Is great for hockey, and that's it as well, says Flesh. And yeah, like even football on 4G, I feel like just it doesn't work because with the slide tackle as well, or falling over, like, yeah, pretty much any sport where you do have to actually, like, I guess, make contact to the ground with more than just your feet is one of those ones. That's gone down on the front row there. And now it is going to be, once again, I feel bad for that man. He was just sitting on his face while he was waiting for everyone to stand up. I believe it was Schnort. I can't pronounce his name to save myself. He had a face full of dirt. Unfortunately for them, 4G destroys the knees, though, as well. Says LB, yeah. Like, it's one of those ones, it's like people who say grass burn, like, it's like, yes, you get grass burn, but it's nothing compared to, like, it's just, I don't know whether or not, is there such a thing as getting 5G where it doesn't actually cause the burn and the friction and whatnot? I feel like whoever designs that is going to make millions, but I don't know how you would do it. It's just pretty much get some grass and replace it with more grass. Grass seed. I'll sell some grass seed to people. That'll be worth a few dollars. We have got there in the chat. Springboks number 8, Dan Dupré, and Ifan Ruas, and low for the Bulls. Building depths as well. Yeah, I'd love to see Ifan Ruas get a chance because he's just an absolute mammoth when he does get going, and that's going to be the ball into touch once again. And it will now be the Saracens, I believe, who did end up putting that ball into touch. 4G can give third-degree burns as well, says LG, and also great green burn itch as well, says Trunk as a Wales fan, and also so many knee injuries from 4G. Yeah, it's like, I guess, because there's quite a few. How many 4G pitches are there that they play like international rugby at? Because I know a game of the URC had it being played on it. 26 minutes through this game, for anyone who was wondering, still 10-0. A relatively slow start, but it is going to be now Akafundamerva in that ball, and Rafi Quick going back across, and it's going to be a good attacking run there from Jansi van Rensburg, the man who we were mentioning just before. Quick now fires it back. It's looking like Sale Sharks trying to speed this one up just a little bit more, trying to get the bump off there. McGuigan, the man who I said was going to score a try in this match, yet to, but the night is still young, although it is 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand now. It's going to be the cross kick from AJ McGinty, sitting up nicely. Oh, Max Malins nailed there in that one. I believe it is going to be the knock on against him, and it will now be the scrum feed for Sale once again. I'm guessing 4G is AstroTurf, artificial turf. Yeah, it is. Because I know that, like, at the end of the day, like, I know that they play cricket on artificial turf, which isn't too bad, but that's only because it is the pitch rather than kind of the whole area. And you can just call me Trunks. It's easy. Trunks as well. It's easier. Yeah, I will take that in the future. Trunks. That is a lot nicer than as a Wales fan added on to the end of it as well. I feel like every time I look at it quickly, like when I'm switching between, it looks like it's kind of Trunks, Caesar, Wales fan. And then I get myself confused. But Trunks will do at this stage. Thank you very much for letting me know. That's the thing. Some people prefer to be called by, like, I guess their full gamer tag, and then other people, or like username, I should say. And then other people, like, I know that we've got a couple people who are on their mum's accounts, and then they're like, call me this rather than my mum's name. But I do remember most of them, which isn't too bad. But now Max Malins, he has been able to score himself 2 hat-tricks in a row recently in the Gallagher Premiership. Wouldn't mind adding one more to that list there. And now Sale Sharks, they're starting to build a bit of pressure. They're starting to have good position. And g'day, Trunks, as well. In the chat says Jay there. And at the chat as well, that one is going to be now the scrum reset between these two sides, Vunipola Cock, and also it is Ethan Lewis at number 2. Like I mentioned, Jamie George getting injured. I believe it was in that game up against Australia where somehow Nick White was able to stop him scoring. That was an absolutely phenomenal try-saving tackle by Nick White to knock it out of his hands. But at the end of the day, Jamie George, he is definitely one of those players that Saracens will want to have back as soon as possible. Does anyone know what extent his injury was? I believe it was a leg injury. I'm not actually sure how long he's going to be out for, but they will certainly be hoping not just for the Challenge Cup coming up, but also for the Gallagher Premiership that he will be able to return just after Christmas. So they are just showing there once again another scrum reset here. And is it going to be... Oh, okay. That's a big call there. Saracens, they did end up getting themselves a free kick and then marching them 10. Something was said in the front row that the referee wasn't too happy about. And also we have got there... sorry to hear you guys had drama with Spam and Skivvy Lad as well. Yeah, it is one of those ones that, like, it always makes the chat a little bit more challenging when there are so many messages. But, like, at the end of the day, I think Trunks blocked me, as I know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm trusting him at the moment, Trunks. And that one is going high from Simon Hammersley. Not quite taken nicely by Vunipola, and now it's bouncing back for Sale Sharks. They were only a few meters out when they did have that free kick against them. Vunipola, no, it was Mara Doge. And they've just won a penalty for themselves as well. So Saracens at the moment, they are really not letting any momentum be built for Sale Sharks in the last couple of minutes. Billy Vunipola with a big smile on the face knows he's won his team the penalty, but that's the thing, Sale Sharks, if they can get a little bit more possession in the second half and the last 10 minutes of this first half, I feel like there's a decent chance that they will be able to get it going and maybe make this game just a little bit closer than it is at the moment. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. I see we're sitting on 11 likes, and I feel like that is actually very high for a Gallagher Premiership live stream. Normally these are, due to the fact they're in the middle of the night, we don't normally have too many people here. So thank you all very much for tuning in. And let's see, shall we see if we can hit 15 likes on this one? Perhaps we have also got seen Sale Sharks can't get into the game. Yeah, that opportunity that they had just before inside of the 22 of Saracens, if they didn't give away the free kick, there was a good chance that they would have been able to get close to that try line perhaps. And now it is going to be the rolling maul for Saracens, 30 meters out from the Sharks line. Going to be Davis now firing it back across the field. Quick hands now. Max Malins on the outside gives it to Seagun. And he is certainly a man who can run very quickly close to the touchline, but it is still going to be on the side of the Saracens. Though it's not stolen in the breakdown by the Sale Sharks. Kicking it in behind. It's a great kick. Now inside of their own 22. Lazowski looks like he was going to be clearing it. Instead backs himself. Good attack and run here from Lazowski. Quick hand. Seagun takes it. It was backwards. And he will keep on going now just outside of the 22 here for Saracens. Straight in the breakdown there. Not quite able to get it there, McGinty. Well, it's got their eye here because I can't sleep. Stress fighting Androids as well. Says it was Trunks, and also we have got their Team Sale Shark can't get into the game. And do you think New Zealand will go 3-0 against Ireland? I don't think so. Like, yes, it is in New Zealand, but I feel like Ireland should be able to at least take one of those games, I think. And then the other two, I want to see them be reasonably close. Max Maitland's chasing that one. No, it was actually Maitland. Wasn't quite able to get it now, just on the halfway line here for the Sale Sharks. Once again, looking to the right-hand side. Good ball there. Tom Curry throws himself at the line. Coming off the bench very early in this game, so they have had to make the replacement. It is going to be the advantage now for the Sharks as well. So with the advantage, they might as well just throw everything at this, and it is going to be down the wing now. Good step on the inside, offload as well. And now grub it in behind it, sits up. Oh, not quite able to take it. Was Akavanda to move in. As an England fan, I'll take 27-26 as well. Says Cooper Media. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here. I feel like every time I see your name, I think back, and you probably do the same. Volcanoes, Pringles, Fiji versus Georgia. I feel like that's the game that really cemented, I guess you could say, our friendship, just because we were both sitting there while it was the middle of the night here in New Zealand. But yeah, it is a very close game with the Springboks. But like you said, England, they will certainly be taking that one because they were able to win it. And it is going to be interesting. See what happens to the world rankings. Next time we do get to see a little bit more of the international rugby. I think South Africa will beat Wales 3-0 as well. Wales don't have depth, and any injury will leave them a little, or leave them a bit weaker, as well. And also we have got there in the chat, big drop off from their starters to the rest as well, says LB. So is that who it is confirmed that they are going to be playing South Africa and Wales? Is it LB? Who does Australia have to do? Australia have a 3-match against England then? Maybe. Who else is up there? Scotland. I don't know who Scotland have got, but it would be nice to see those 3-match series kind of take place for all of the sides, because All Blacks have got Ireland. If that is the case, South Africa and Wales, that will be a decent one. And now Sale Sharks, they're taking on the 3 points here. AJ McGinty, all 12 kicks have gone over this season. I feel like I've just jinxed him big time. He's going to be able to make it 13. Throw him 13 here. Taking his time, AJ McGinty. We have got there. Yes, Pringles and Volcanoes as well, says Cooper Media. 45 metres out on the angle. What channel is it on? TV, because it's not showing up on BT Sport 1, like it says on the internet as well, says Connor. So I am watching. It's a good kick, and it has gone straight down the middle, but I'm watching it on Sky Go here in New Zealand. I think it just hit the post, did it? Or the crossbar. How did that happen? It looked like a good strike, and I thought it was going over, but I think it's just hit the crossbar, has it? For AJ McGinty. I looked away as if it was going straight down the middle. He struck it well, but he just didn't quite get enough on it. But yeah, pretty much here in New Zealand, it is on Sky Go, and also on Sky. Hit the crossbar, bounce back out, crossbar challenge, nailed there by AJ McGinty, but all for the wrong reasons, because he would have liked that one to go over. South Africa have Wales, not sure who Australia have, and England have Australia. That will be a great series next year as well, says Trunks. Is that in Australia or England? Trunks, do let me know, because wherever that is, that's going to be exciting. That is for sure now. That's going to be the Sale Sharks. They would have loved to be able to get that 3 points, but now straight on the ball there. Nick Tompkins steals it for his side. I should say. He will be one that Wales will be looking forward to having there. And also we have got there, are you a Wales fan as well? Says Jay there, and also Australia win 2-1 in this series. Says Trunks, now it is going to be passed out once again. Now down the wing, Curry had a lot of carries since making his way out onto the field. Tom Curry, Amara Doge gets on the ball, gives away the advantage though. And it is going to be the penalty. Yep, it is in Australia. So, yeah, Suncorp Stadium. It's going to be a good one to see. And also, we have got there. Good evening. I just found your commentary as well. Thanks once again for keeping the commentary going as well. Nick Schnort. I always struggle to pronounce his last name. It is an ex-student from a school that I taught in. It is Zululand as well in South Africa, says Joss Pike. And something that I am going to do, Joss, because you are here, I'm going to show everyone the ties that you did get me. I have got them sitting on the couch at the moment at halftime. I am going to show everyone the ones that you did see, because it's pretty cool how some of them do have the dates that they were kind of from the schoolboy rugby in South Africa. And I'm looking forward to getting the opportunity to wear them I want to wear them probably for the South African games, like when they get through to the finals of the URC, if they do. And Joss as well in the chat says Trunks. And now at this stage, it is going to be on the side of the Sale Sharks once again now. So they're trying to march their way forward. Tom Curry passes the ball back now. It is going to be that man, Nick Schnort. It might be Schnurt, possibly. And no, after this year, the only Northern Hemisphere team I support is France, UK, and Ireland. Fans, pundits, coaches, media made sure of that as well, says LB. And France will be favourites for the next World Cup as well. Yeah, they're very good, France. Able to beat the All Blacks by 15 points. And also, just have some very talented players. Like the top 14, I am absolutely loving watching as well, because it has got so many talented players now. Sale Sharks, a lot of pressure there, and the breakdown. Is it going to be the penalty? No. Marco Vunipola having to work hard to keep that one on the side of the Saracens. 25 metres out from their own line, and now it is going to be the box kick from Davis once again. Goes high, goes to the halfway line, taken nicely there by the fullback Hammersley. And Sale Sharks, if they can get some form of points on the board before the end of this game, or before the end of this half, I should say, they will be very happy with that. Mara Toje trying to get straight in the breakdown, not able to get on the ball though. Still going to be available. Going to the short side, McGinty now offloading it. As the touchline keeps the ball in play though, and now it's going to be Dupree down the wing. And at the moment, Sale Sharks, they've actually probably had more possession in this first half than Saracens overall, but just haven't quite been able to get it over the line. 25 metres out still, though. Good opportunity for them to be able to do so. McGinty fires it back, a little bit of a rough pass there, but it did hit a hand. So that is why Sam James was under such huge pressure as well. But now it is going to be, once again, going to the left-hand side, passing the ball back to Dupree with a good carry. Dan Dupree it is. There are actually 3 Duprees on the side of Sale Sharks, 2 starting this match as well, but now it is going to be going back. AJ McGinty gives it off now. Oh, a good tackle on Ben Curry. 40 metres out, still not really going forward here for Sale Sharks. 8 phases in and just haven't quite been able to break through. Once again, Rafi Quirk fires it back here. What can they do? Hammersley now playing first receiver. Ludiaga now using his quick hands, trying to get it out the back line here. Driving forward here was the other brother of the Dupree. That's going to be the knock on there from Seagun, still on the side of Sale Sharks. Now it's looking good for them. And Jansi van Rensburg making his way forward. We haven't actually had any stoppages in play in a very long time here as well. But I will be reading the chat in a very short moment. Ludiaga with a good carry forward. Quirk now goes back. Knock on advantages over from the referee here. Dan Dupree. Or not quite. The ball of Mara Toje. Now it is out the back line here for Sale Sharks. Can they score just before we get to halftime? We're sitting 38 minutes at the moment. That looked like a painful fall for McGinty. Now once again going back. Oh, the ball's been knocked down by Mara Toje. Was it a knock on? No. The ref says play on. And now Saracens are going to have that one back. That looks like who came in from well and truly the side. It's going to be almost ripped back. And Mara Toje now wrestled down to the ground. Saracens now, will they kick this one downfield or do they keep on running? It looks like Billy Vunipola is going to back himself. Beautiful offload on the inside, misses the hand, so it's going to be the advantage here for Saracens. Fires it back. We haven't had a stoppage in this game for the last 2 minutes. I've been out Sean Maitland down the wing, trying to find his way forward. Sam James makes a tackle on him, though. Still got the advantage, and that's going to be the scrum right. What have we got here in the chat? As we going quick, that is for sure. We have also got their schoolboy rugby is televised, so you can watch some of them on YouTube. It's the most popular form of rugby in South Africa, behind international as well. Says Albion, I'll let you know where in South Africa the ties are from as well. And Sean is in pat tense of Shinert. Sean, sorry, as in the past tense of Shonert. Okay. Thank you very much, mate. I will remember that one because I've been saying Schnort and it's not quite the same as Shonert. That is for sure. And also, we have got there. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Premiership, URC, and possibly top 14 rugby coming up indeed, mate. And yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We have got there. What are your thoughts on the Ashes? Who takes it, Australia or England? I'm going to say Australia due to home field advantage or home pitch advantage, I guess you'd say. They're on their own territory. I think it's going to be closer. I think England are going to take 1 or 2 of those matches at least in this one, but I think it is going to come down to maybe Australia's pace attack. Pat Cummins, also Josh Hazelwood. Like when those guys are on fire, they are on fire and they just don't miss the mark. So that is something that England will be hoping that possibly they won't be on fire for that one. And the Dupree brothers have so much promise, but never delivered when they had the chance as well, says LB. And also we have got their Wales have depth. And it's just our coach sucks. We will have a horrible Six Nations. We will get rid of Wayne Pivak. I hope we get Scott Robertson in as well. Says the Trunks there, and I'm a Wales fan, and out of the 3 Southern Hemisphere teams, we are always close to the box points-wise as well. Says Flesh, and I like the idea of Scott Robertson. If the ABs don't want him, Wales will have him as well. Yeah, and at this stage, I know a lot of people want to see the back of this man. Although, to be fair, the back of this man, for me, is Zombie Stuart Hogg, because my printer didn't like me very much and decided to spit out this. But the back of him in real life, I'm sure a lot of people want to see. Imagine if the back of his head was Zombie Stuart Hogg. I feel like that would throw a lot of people off. We have got there as well. Only thing that England will take home from the Ashes will be the sunburn as well. Says Jay there in the chat now. It is going to be Davis once again putting the ball in for Saracens, going down in the front rows. Now, once again, going to be available here for the Saracens. Oh, now a quick backline movement. Seagun's got a bit of space. Got the pace as well. Great low tackle there from Rafi Quirk. And that is one thing Sale Sharks are also doing well, is they're just not letting them get those line breaks. Billy Vunipola wrestled down. Davis once again looking out to the right-hand side. Maitland there. decided not to go for it. It was actually Malin, sorry. And that one, it's a penalty there to Saracens. I believe they will be taking on the 3 possibly here. Or do they? That's the big question. Final minute left of the first half. We've got 10 seconds left. Mara Doja having a conversation with Alex Good. Do they go for the corner, or do you just take the 3 points and say, boys, this was a tough enough half, but we've got a 13-point lead? What are they deciding? Not as the penalty. They are still deciding, I think, here for Saracens. Having a chat, Vincent Koch, and also I believe it is Tim Swinson there. Are they taking on the 3 points? It's kind of looking like, yes, it is. It is going to be Lazowski, and the people will be slaying, living hell out of me during the Ashes as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. Hopefully people aren't too bad overall. And a bit of breakdancing under the roof of the Principality. Something I would pay to see, that is for sure. Maybe at halftime you can react to South African schoolboy war cries as well before the games as well. Says LB, I've actually got a few ties. That one has gone over. So now what I am going to be doing is I will be back in just a very short moment. I'm going over to my couch, which is just there, and I'm going to grab some ties, ladies and gentlemen. So I will be back in about, I'd say 20 seconds. I'm a pretty speedy boy. So I will see you all in a very, 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 very short moment. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Was that 20 seconds? Not too sure, but pretty much I got a package. Oh, Sebastian was counting down in the chat as well, I do see. I got a package in the mail, and it was from a man who is in the chat at the moment, Joss Pike, and he is living in Oman at the moment. And I got this package, and I will be honest, the shipping took a while because it's, for some reason, New Zealand shipping is just not that great. But he did send me a few ties for schoolboy rugby in South Africa, which is pretty awesome. We have got the FIRA in Brescia. I'm sure that you will have a little bit more information about these ties than myself, Joss, but this is the first one that he did send. Very nice one. I like the colours. It is kind of that golden blue, which is very nice indeed. And I think new Test captain Pat Cummings as well. And I know that Cricket 22, the game that they were going to be bringing out, they actually had to delay it due to the fact that Tim Payne was on the cover, and we all know what happened with him recently. So they have got Pat Cummins on there instead, and they're saying that it might be the way that they did announce some IRB under-19 World Cup tie. Ooh, very nice. That's sure. Then I have got this one here, which is the Kimberley 1997 tie. That is before I was born, but it is a very nice one. And I think the detail of it is what is pretty awesome. Like you can see there, kind of, even though it isn't going to focus. There we go. It's got those guys running around on there as well, which is like those little details that do look pretty awesome. Come on, reaction time as well, says LB. Although I believe that they would end up, I guess if I did react to it, I wouldn't be able to show you guys because or else then they would take us off YouTube, possibly for copyright. But maybe it is something I could look into as well. Craven Week, as well, says Joss Pike there. And also, yeah, I've got the Anya Joss Legend, mate, as well, says it, Jay. And yeah, I mean, I wear the suit quite a bit. So I feel like it is pretty awesome that you have sent them over. And this one is a very nice one as well. I am going to quickly read that one. 1994 for the Northern Natal. Northern Natal Craven Week as well. I assume that one is. And we have got that as well. I know should be fine. Heaps of people react to it as well, says LB there. But this is the next one. It's got the little eagles almost on there, or a type of bird. I think it might be a hawk, possibly. Very nice tie. So that's the thing. I've got many, many options. I actually only own about 2 tries. Also, very nice of you, mate, as well, says Sebastian. But the fact that these ties, like, they aren't just the basic stock standard ones. Like, they have got stories behind them. What you do enjoy as well. And then this is the last one. And it has also got, I actually see that. I didn't pick up on this at the time. But if you look at that very, very, very closely, is that the right one? Yeah, it is. It's actually, you guys will recognize that shark, and that is actually the Sale Sharks logo. And it is 2002 for this tie as well. So I assume maybe there's a little bit of a story behind that. Newcastle Craven tie week as well. Bobby Skinstad. For South Africa school years as well. And also we have got the good vibes in the chat from Crazy NZ. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It's great to have you here. Morning, I guess I should say, here in New Zealand. It is currently sitting at 4:50 a.m., middle of the night. But yeah, that is the final tie that I was sent. A whole 4 ties as well. I did actually kind of think you were sending one, Josh. So thank you very much for sending all 4. And I will be sure to have them in the live streams in the future. we'll put them, we'll put them up over there for a second. And also we have got there, that's a hard word to say. Peter Maritzburg. Hopefully that's not too far off the truth, or not far off the truth. That sounded like I was in court. But also Craven Week tie Peter Grant. South Africa school ties as well. Says Josh Pike, and also we have got their hi from Storm as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in at this stage. Halftime into this matchup. Just the one try we have seen so far, and it's actually Vincent Koch who was able to score the big prop for Saracens, and I sent a massive boxing kangaroo flag and heaps of other things to him, mate. It was in America. I mod for him. He loved it. Gifts are always good to get as well, says Jay. A giant boxing kangaroo flag as well, says Jay. That's the thing. People want me to somehow recreate Kieran. And as you guys know, although some of you guys might not know too much about Kieran, but we will put him up in the corner. Pretty much he is a giant inflatable All Black. And I was trying to work out, I think I'd have to get in contact with the original creators of Kieran and see whether or not we can make like a miniature version of him perhaps. And Yo Sebastian, hey everyone as well in the chat from Crazy and Zeba. Welcome in everyone to the live stream. We are at halftime. Like I mentioned, just the one try, but this is the last match of round 9 of the Gallagher Premiership. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back with more Premiership action in the future, as well as the sevens next week we are going to be covering as well. Josh Pike, watch out for Henko Van Vick, Fussy, Tyrone Green, and Simone Miller for upcoming box next year. And Notch as well. And Tyrone Green, he's certainly going to be an exciting one to see in the future. And hello, Crazy as well. See Strunks there in the chat. But we have got the highlights of Southland versus Canterbury. I remember that game quite well. I believe it went to Golden Point in that one. And we have actually had another draw into this league. Like the Gallagher Premiership, at the moment, London Irish, they've had 3 draws so far. And pleasure, Hamish, as long as you enjoy them, I'll pass them on to Rugby Mates as well. I have too many to wear, as well, says Joss. But yeah, I will certainly be able to get plenty of use out of them. I feel like, yeah, that's the thing. Rainbow Cup, or not the Rainbow Cup, sorry, but yeah, URC would be pretty awesome to wear them, because I do end up wearing like the black tie. Normally, I guess you could say, is associated with the All Blacks, as well as I've got that blue one with the stripes, and that kind of is any other team with blue slightly in their kind of team kit, I guess you could say. But so it's going to be pretty awesome to have that. And if the Sharks make it to the final, would be pretty awesome to have it. Now that the real Kieran Reid is retired, he might have some time for a guest appearance as well. Sebastian, that would be actually just amazing. Like one day, just having, rather than Kieran in the background, actual Kieran, the real Kieran, kind of hanging around in the back, having a chat as well. And someone from Wales just thumbs you down as well. And also we've got the wheel waiting for them to be blooded as well, says LB. And also just like what's life like in South Africa as it is bedtime, or as it is bed. Oh, sorry, bad as the media say that it is as well, says Trunks. Although Joss, he is actually in Oman at the moment, which I have no idea what the kind of situation is over there in terms of the case numbers and everything like that. But yeah, he is actually in Oman on a teaching, I want to say it's a teaching placement. Is it? If I'm not wrong, Joss, I feel like that might be the wrong word for it. And one of the AB's biggest problems is their back row is not balanced as well, says LB. So who would you go with in that back row? Do let me know, mate. Because, yeah, they've got a few young players that they look like they might be using in the future, but it's just finding that balance, I guess, as well. I just realized I pretty much used the words that you put, but I didn't mean to, because I pretty much said about finding that balance, and you had not balance there for the current ones. But yeah, the second half, it's going to be interesting. Sale Sharks, they want to find some way of getting some points on the board. Saracens sitting 13-0 up. And if they can get themselves an early try in the second half, I would say they've got a decent chance of being able to get somewhere close in this game, perhaps getting themselves the bonus point. Points are just absolutely crucial in this competition, as you guys know, not just for winning this one this year, but also getting the chance of going through to the Champions Cup rather than the Challenge Cup next year. And that's coming up just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks away from the Champions Cup and Challenge Cup coming up. And I'm in Muscat teaching as well. Can't get to South Africa. The president speaks to the country at 8 p.m. Tonight, but word is that level 1 lockdown to remain in South Africa, as well, says Josh Pike there in the chat. But yeah, at this stage, it's going to be interesting, because I know that those games for the URC got postponed, and I was disappointed because I was looking forward to Munster versus the Bulls at home for the Bulls as well. Like, that's the thing. We've seen all the South African sides move up into that Northern Hemisphere to play a few games, and then now it was going to be their opportunity, but then those ones getting postponed. Also, Barbarians versus their game up against Manu Samoa to get cancelled. So there's been a few that have been struggling, and Sam Whitelock and Brody are too old. Yeah, they're both getting right up there. They haven't really got an in-between, have they, at the moment, the All Blacks? It's either Brody Retallick and also Sam Whitelock on one end of the scale, right up here for age. And then on the other, you've got Tupavai and Josh Lord, two guys who are very, very young. You've got a Scott Barrett about there, I guess you could say, for Scott. But like you've still got the two experienced older fellas and two guys who have less than 10 caps and also have hardly had a chance. And Artie needs to go back to 6 as well. You guys need a big aggressive 8 and a fetcher at 7 to fill the names for you fill in the names for 7 and 8 low as well. Says LB. That's the thing. Sam Cane, he's probably not going to be around for the World Cup in 2023, or he might be, but it's going to be one of those 50-50s. I quite like Dalton Papali'i at 7 when he does get the opportunity. Ethan Blackadder, I don't think he's going to be able to, like, that's the thing. Artie Savia, if you're putting him at 6, number 8, I know people want either Hoskins, Tutu, or Jacobson maybe, but then I guess that's still like, when you think of other sides, like you think of Dwayne Vermeulen at 8, and also, Rob Valentini for Australia in a slightly less kind of prominent role, I guess you could say. And I'm trying to think of other teams. England, they normally have like a big unit. So I feel like we're missing that big unit who runs fast and also has like pure power, because Hoskins Tutu, he's very skillful, but he's not like the same, I guess you could say, the same bulk as someone like a Dwayne Vermeulen, or just the shape. Like Ifan Ruas coming through the rankings, like we need a young guy like that who's going to be able to just go in there and just go bang every single time. I like Dalton 7 as well as Sebastian there. And also South Africa have less cases than most of Europe are this, but they lock us out as well. Makes no sense. The new variant is already in Europe, but they're blaming us as well. They never blocked European countries as well, says LB. But yeah, hopefully they do get those games played in South Africa, because I feel like having those games take place, originally they were going to play those games in Italy, which just didn't quite seem right for those ones. But yeah, hopefully they do get to play those games in South Africa at some stage, because home field advantage is a real thing. Like, and you do need that advantage, because at the end of the day, I feel like most of those South African teams probably would have gone 2 from 2 for their wins at home. But we will have to wait and see whether or not they will get those games played. Still half time, but we are almost here for the second half. Looking through at the benches, I would say, actually, we will have a quick look at. We know that Tom Curry's already made his way out onto the field. Dupree is in the starting lineup. Robert Dupree could be coming off the bench in the later stages. Alex Lewington as well will be a decent player for the Saracens. And then they have also got, it will actually be Capelli, Pifiletti. Hopefully I pronounced that not too badly, but he's going to be getting an opportunity for them. Kiwi lads, young South African locks, hard lines as well. Simoni, Miller is a monster. He's like the Hulk and so young. Same with JJ Vinamesh as well. Yeah, he is one that I absolutely love watching. Like, that's the thing. Rainbow Cup South Africa was the first time I really got to witness a whole competition with the South African sides. And since then, I've been following everything. We followed the Curry Cup on this channel as well. We're following the URC for the South African sides. And the best thing is they are actually showing all of those URC games for the South African sides here in New Zealand. Some of those other games for overseas ones, they aren't showing as much. We did get to see Leinster versus Ulster. Also, yeah, it was Leinster versus Ulster, except I fell asleep, unfortunately, just before kickoff. I remember I made the decision to stay up for that game because it was starting at 9 a.m. and I was like, right, I'm going to make it straight through. You know, I'm going to watch that game. It's going to be a good one. Leinster versus Ulster. And it got to, I remember looking at the clock at 8:58 and I was like, okay, a couple more minutes. And then my eyes got heavy and then I was out. And then I woke up like way later and went, oh, the game's over. And then I tried to avoid finding out the score, but then like living in a, like, I guess, environment that always has rugby in it, I found it out pretty quickly as well. You should watch Next Gen Rugby on YouTube if you want to see the score boys to look out for as well, says LB. I'll give it a wee search while we are at halftime to remember it as well. So I guess that's the thing. We're going to get to see quite a few young players. That's why I love watching like the under 20 Super Rugby that we did have here in New Zealand for a little while, because we did get to see all those guys going through. Watch that Next Gen Rugby. It's great as well. So it's next, I can't spell, Next Gen 15 Rugby, I assume it is there. Right, Next Gen 15. I have subscribed to it. There we go. Also, they're actually doing quite a few live games by the looks of it there as well for the full matches. So I will be able to have a quick look at that. I'll probably watch one of the games straight after this one. ALDAO as well, says Katie Dixon. Welcome in to the live stream, Katie. What time is it there at the moment? Don't tell me. Wait up. So you are 12? No, you're not 12. Well, I know you're not 12, but 12 p.m. No, surely not 12. No, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Is it 9 a.m. there, Katie, at the moment? And hey, Katie, as well says, Trunks, I hate time zones. Like I always try and remember them, and it just doesn't happen. Sebastian, you are currently sitting at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Sebastian, are you at 1 p.m. now, Sebastian? Is it 1 p.m.? Do let me know, Sebastian. That might be wrong, though. Maybe you're 9 a.m. No, we're 9 p.m. Tell you what, time zones suck. We have got there the live games, UK games. I think they moved. The guy moved to the UK, so it doesn't show South African games as well. It says LB. Does he have I guess he'd have the older games though, of those South African ones by the looks of it. Yeah, top 10 South African rugby schools, 2021 as well at 6 p.m. 9 a.m. in the high desert. You're right as well. So I got one of them, 6 p.m. Oh, yeah, because you're actually, you said you take the UK time and then you pretty much just change it a little bit. 6 p.m. Right. Anytime, Sebastian, in the future, random live stream next week, just say, what's time Romania, Hamish? And I'll be on it, mate. I'll be 100% correct. We have got the hello, Cody, as well, says Kevin there. And I'll say, hey, brother, how you do? From Katie there in the chat as well. So morning as well, I should say. It is currently sitting 5 a.m. here in New Zealand. It's quite late for this game by the looks of it there in the UK, or it has got dark pretty quick for it, I should say. But we've got 40 minutes left now of this match. Who can take it? Sale Sharks at the moment, they have got a little bit of making up to do to be able to win this one, but they will be certainly trying out all of the stops. It is Tom Curry. He's already made his way out onto the field. I'm not actually sure who he replaced, but he is in the number 20 jersey. Looks like he is fired up. He actually played 8 for a lot of the matches for England in the most recent series. They did play up against Tonga, Australia, and also they have one more match up against, who did they play? Tonga, Australia, and also, how did I forget them? South Africa was the other match that they did have. 3 from 3 they were victorious in, but now it will be Saracens kicking off here, left to right. Getting us underway for the second half from STONEX Stadium. Taken nicely there by Dupré, just outside of their own 22, and it looks like already they're playing an aggressive game of rugby for the second half, and they need to find their way back in. We've been trying the time zone thing for a few months, which is well special. We have indeed. Every time, I don't know what it is, because I feel like time zones are not my thing. I could tell you the Romanian flag off by heart, which I feel like is handy, but not handy as knowing the time. Oh, that's going to be a player down at the moment for Sale Sharks, which is not what they would have been wanting. Beautifully taken there by it was McGigan. Had a very quiet first half, not really getting the ball too often, but now driving their way for good offload there from Diaga, gives it to Curry, now finding another offload here, and they just keep on going. Aka van der Merwe now trying to spin. He's just spun out of about 4 tackles there, the big man, but now Vunipola has got his hands on him. Has it become a maul? No, it is still available here for the Sale Sharks, and Hamish is going to be a time zone master soon as well, says Katie there in the chat. And now around the side there, Rafi Quirk tries to snipe once again, dragged down by the try scorer, the lone try scorer, Vincent Koch. Now short side, Tom Curry drawing past here, but Dupré now just shunting off the tackle with Tompkins. 22 metres out now for them. And hey, RDA, brother, how you do as well, says Katie there in the chat. And now it is still available, 25 metres out. Can Sale Sharks break through for the first time? They're up to 7 phases now. They have had the ball for a little while now, looking possibly for the backline movement. Good shunt off there by, I believe it was, I want to say it was Tom Roebuck, who was just trying to drive his way straight through. Looking to the short side instead now, Rafi Quirk. Once again, is going to be passing the ball out to the right-hand side. It is Bevan Rod with his carry. And I'm wondering how soon Sale Sharks decide to use their backline, use their replacements, because they have already used Tom Curry. Good drive forward there, but Swinson able to drag down Dupré. Dan Dupré it was. I need to remember that we have got 2 Duprés out on the field at the moment, and now once again it will be the carry of Curry. There's also 2 Currys out on the field. There are plenty of double-ups for the Sale Sharks. Ludiaga with another carry there. Rafi Quirk fires it back now. It's going to be Curry drawing past McGinty. One more on the outside. Good drive forward there from Sam James. He's going to be dragged down. No hands in the breakdown as they call Rafi Quirk now once again going to the right-hand side. It's good phase play. Good offload there from Dan Dupré as well. Now McGinty backing himself 5 metres out here for the Sale Sharks. Rafi Quirk looks to the short side. Oh, it's a terrible pass though. Hasn't found the hands. And now it is going to be McGigan now who will be going forward though. Now once again it is going to be Rafi Quirk has just been crushed there under the breakdown. Just not what he would have been wanting. Still going here. 17 phases for them now. Can they get a try? Oh, it's been dropped. And that one dropped by Dan Dupree. Kick downfield for touch. Brilliant kick as well. It's almost a 50-22 happening for them as well. Oh, they're actually going back here. And it's a penalty in favour of, I actually think it's a penalty. Yes, it is. Sale Sharks to get the penalty there. And Kiwi Lads New Zealand don't have a hard number 8 at the moment coming up. Why did not look into Devlin or Mike Nello and Lachlan Boshier. Lost the 6 as well, says Trunks. Yeah, I would have loved to see Lachlan Boshier get more time for the ABs. He's definitely talented player. Late tackle, they said there. So it is going to be the penalty, and now Sale Sharks kicking up for the corner. All good, Katie. Nice spend evening with you guys as well, says Kevin. That's the thing. I absolutely love these live streams, not just because of the rugby side of it, but probably more so because we all just get a chance to catch up. Like, it has been an extremely busy, hectic week with the sevens. Like, those live streams only go for about 25 to 30 minutes, and it's kind of back to back to back, so you don't really get that chance to really have a sit-down chat, which is why, like, I felt like with that Barbarian Samoa game getting cancelled, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to do this game of the Gallagher Premiership, just because we would normally be doing a bit of union, but we didn't get too much this week. Games being cancelled. We were going to also do Munster versus the Bulls. That game got postponed, and Rafi Quirk and Dane Blacker, future Lions scrum halves as well. Says Trunks is, oh, sorry, I almost said the whole thing, but Trunks in there and agreed. I love being here too, Kevin. Says KG, and also it's absolutely fine, Les. 10 out of 10 as well, says Sebastian there. And the chat, thank you for all the updates, brother. I would have been lost without you as well. And says KG, yeah, he's been doing a very good job recently, and Sale stuffed up a 4-on-2 try as well. Yeah, they definitely needed that one, but now they've got the chance in the corner. Luckily, they did end up getting themselves a penalty, but now Fundamerva needs to make sure that this one goes straight. But Mara Toja, he will certainly be right there for Saracens. Luther Yaga, normally very successful for his lineouts when he does jump for them. So will they be able to get this one? Maybe go for the rolling maul here. Alex Good. Getting a little bit of strapping on the head. That's actually our first yawn tonight, and it is 5 a.m., so we've done pretty well there. Pat on the back for myself. I did actually only wake up at 10 p.m., though, after staying up pretty much all night last night for the sevens. And I was going to watch that game between Leinster and Ulster in the morning, but then I ended up falling asleep. I want to watch the game Racing 92 versus Bordeaux, but they aren't actually showing it here in New Zealand. So unfortunately, I won't be able to watch that game, but I was looking forward to it. They're showing there the 4-on-2 that they did blow there. And g'day, Katie. You bring Chalky Milk as well. Says the J there. Now it's going to be the rolling maul for Sale Sharks. 10 metres out here. Trying to get it going forward. I believe it is Fundamerva who's got it at the back, and now it's starting to go sideways a little bit here for the Sale Sharks. Breaking off the back. Aka Fundamerva just wrestling his way forward. Did he get the try down, or was he out? I believe he was out there. Just a couple inches short of the line. Oh, bit of push and shove as well from Fundamerva, the feisty man. Not quite able to get over the line. And Davis, he was stuck underneath all the fellas pushing there by the looks of it. So now they are just separating them all. I believe they might actually go upstairs here to see whether or not it is going to be the try for Aka Fundamerva, I should say, as well. And also we've got your brother. Nah, I gave it all to George as well. And Alex Good still playing. He's an old man now as well. Says it, Trunks. He is indeed still playing. Nah, he wasn't able to get over the line there. But now they are just checking here for Sean Maitland, whether or not this was a high tackle in the corner. Oh, they might be saying this is a high tackle here. Is it going to be a penalty try? Penalty against 14 there. So they are going to be checking this one. But I believe Sean Maitland has been penalised there for a high tackle by Paul Quinns as well. And there from Sebastian, also why Black Caps don't play experience Mitch Satin in helpful Indian spinning conditions in Test cricket, why they operated for inexperience or opted for inexperience. Rachan Ravindra as well. He didn't score runs neither. Picked a wicket as well, says Coding. I think they were probably, I guess, Satin is very good in the T20, which is normally what they do go to for him, but I guess they decided that they wanted to get Ravindra, maybe spin the ball a little bit more, but it hasn't quite worked out. Also, we have got there Aka Fundamerva, also known as the Angry Warthog as well. I can see where that nickname's come from. To be honest, now it's going to be the rolling maul. Can the Angry Warthog get himself a try? That didn't feel right, but it is his nickname there. Now it is going to be driving forward once again. Janse van Rensburg trying to make his way forward. They're saying maybe there was an argument for a penalty try earlier on for the Sale Sharks. But now it will be Dan Dupree once again driving his way forward here. Rafi Quirk getting straight in the breakdown. Now out the back line here. Good draw and pass. McGinty. Going to be just short of the line. Oh, it's called held up, and it is going to be the goal line dropout. Great defense there from Saracens. Lewis Liner as a freak for Quinn Sebastian as well. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Oh, bit of push and shove there by the looks of and players are going down. And Nick Tompkins really is just getting someone just pushing him. I'm not sure what happened there, but McGigan, I think, snapped at Nick Tompkins, I should say there. And also we've got there George in the chat for the emojis from Katie Dixon. And let us bow our heads in Solomon silence for Quins and Leinster as well. Says Katie, tell you what, Leinster versus Harlequins. Imagine that in the Champions Cup. It's going to be a good one if that does take place. Both lost both London derbies as well. I genuinely dreaded it as well. Says Sebastian there. Right. I believe they are going to be going and checking this one perhaps. There was a bit of push and shove happening. Can't believe Sale Sharks are trialists as well. Says Kevin, yeah, at this stage they're getting very close, but they just haven't quite been able to make their way over the line, which is important for them. I see that it still says halftime, but there we go. Now we are up to the 45 minutes. Right. They're seeing what started a little bit of biff and push and shove. So I know that it was Nick Tompkins who was really going for, he was really getting a guy just going for him. Oh, okay. There might be a red card here for one of the Sale Sharks players. He just kept on yanking him down. It was the 11 white. Is that McGigan? Not too sure whether or not that is. Is it McGigan? I think it was. But he throws Tompkins down. They're saying it is unnecessary. No need for that. He's going to get a card and a penalty reversed as well. Says LB, yeah. It is looking like he kept on going at him. He did it not just once. He threw him down. And once again, he threw him twice. And also we have got there 70 cents. Go you good thing all the way to the bank as well. So what they are saying is pretty much the first throw would have given him a yellow card. And then the second game or the second throw would have given him another yellow card. So he is going to get himself a red here. There was a strike as well almost thrown from McGigan. He well and truly snapped at Tompkins. And because of it, I think he's going to get the red card. Game over. Fred, no coming back as well. Says Kevin, yeah, the fact that they haven't been able to get over the line yet at this stage with 15 men now that they're going to be down to 14. Seems like it's going to be pretty rough for them. I think it is going to be a red card here for McGigan. Yes, it is. He is off the field now for the rest of this game, and his side are going to have a man disadvantage for the next 35 minutes. Byron McGigan, the man who I said was going to get a red card, has ended up getting, the man who I said was going to get a try, ended up getting a red card, and hey, this game is on TV here. How about that as well? Says Katie Dixon with the 10, and the ball as well. Useless. Northern English staffers as well in the chat from it was Sebastian there. But now, yeah, the chances of Sale Sharks winning this game, they have to win it 21-13, don't they, Sebastian, for your, Harlequins not to end up going down anymore. But it is going to be now still the goal line dropout. No, sorry, it is going to be the penalty here. Rather, Nick Tompkins, he's wondering what kind of happened. He kind of got up and then McGigan just went for him. Well and truly. Alex Good there, kicking it for the touchline. And that one has gone into touch now. Now 13-0. Yeah, so he ended up wrestling Nick Tompkins down to the ground, and he kept on shoving him. And fair play to Tompkins, because he seemed to be just well and truly, like, he stayed calm throughout that whole time, which is not easy to do when you got someone literally just throwing you around. Now it's going to be bouncing up, and Akafana Merva going to get that ball back and said his last name very weird. But now Sale Sharks, maybe, I don't know, maybe the red card is what they needed to really get that momentum going for themselves, get that fire under their bellies. And now it's going to be Curry around the side there, or a little bit high from Vunapola, wasn't? No, it is going to be fine. And now once again driving their way forward, it is going to be a replacement who was making his way out there now. Now Dupre drives forward. A red card is like the exact opposite of what they need right now. And yes, Sharks need 3 converted tries. I'm dead as well. Says Sebastian, that's going to be stolen by Maro Atoja as well. So that does not help the situation for them. Now firing it back once again. Maybe Saracens can work their way towards a bonus point here. If they do get themselves 1 or 2 more tries, it is going to be bouncing up nicely here for them. Or is it 10 meters out from their own line? And it is going to be Hammersley of the Sale Sharks. Does kick that one into touch. We haven't got there, Jay. Told you our Welsh boys' behaviour is good as well. Says it Trunks in the chat there. But yeah, he did. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know what started originally. I don't know what words were exchanged. But as soon as, like, he grabbed him like this, he just kind of sat there, Nick Tompkins. And I think that just made McGigan more angry, because he was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, as in McGigan was. And then he was just sitting there cool as ice. Old Nick Tompkins just going, what are you doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? That's a good question. 5:15 a.m. at the moment here in New Zealand. Hit that like button. So that's what Seb should be saying. There's a bit of a rivalry there, isn't it, between the two moderators of the Big AR Sport YouTube channel. Also, anyone who does like a podcast, though, check out the pin comment. Me and Big AR Sport. We're going to be talking all things international rugby coming up. And now Sean Maitland going to the side. He is going to be dragged down. Oh, it's a knock on, though. Now, the option of either the scrum feed or the quick throw, they decide that they want the line out. And it's Trunks as well in the chat from Jay. Or is Trunks still here as well? Yes, indeed, mate. Echo Fundamerva now. I'm going to be throwing this one in. Sorry, Jay, flustered because it's not the result I wanted as well, says Sebastian. And yeah, this stage, tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm at it, we will let you know exactly who is going to be playing next week for the Premiership. Like I mentioned, we've got the URC has started making its way back in. Also, we are going to be having the matches of the sevens. We're going to be covering every single game that we can of that sevens action, which is going to be very exciting indeed because we saw South Africa. They were able to win it for the sevens. So next week, it is going to be Gloucester versus Bristol. That is going to be on Saturday morning here in New Zealand. Exeter versus Saracens. Oh, that's a game I want to watch. That is at 4 a.m. on the Sunday, which is probably the same time as the final that we are going to get to see for the sevens as well. Then it is London Irish, Newcastle, Northampton versus Bath, Worcester versus the Wasps, and then Leinster. Oh, no. It's not Leinster. Leicester versus Harlequins, 4 a.m. on the Monday. Sebastian, I think that's going to be a good one. I assume you're going to be here for that one. And White Trunks, is it? He got me as well. It says, Katie Jackson, I don't think it is. And if it is, he is doing a normal bit of chatter, so it is all good there. And I see Weather UK gets their dirty off the ball after the whistle play now, or from now so dirty as well, says LB. And also we have got there 16 likes, 19 watching. Slap it. Slap that like button, y'all, as well. Says Katie Jackson, you heard it. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe. Can we hit 20 likes? I feel like that's actually almost a record for the Gallagher Premiership if we can get there. We're sitting on 18 at the moment. Always here as well, says Sebastian. It should be a very exciting one indeed. But now it's going to be Billy Vunipola breaking off the back here for Saracens. 30 metres out at the moment. And it's going to be another good opportunity for them to go forward. 50 minutes gone in this game so far. And the Saracens have got themselves a 13-point lead. Just the one try. Vincent Koch, the lone try scorer, running onto the ball there. Ray decides to leave it for Vunipola. Now South the dummy on the outside. Wide cutout pass. Beautifully done there, Maitland. Now that's 2 tries in the match. Good morning as well from Trucking Down Under as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here for the Premiership. We have just seen Sean Maitland nail the try there out on the wing. Vunipola able to assist him. And Sean Maitland scores it for his side. There we go. We will go like this, and we will go like that as well. So Sean Maitland scores it in the 49th. That is the last thing that the Sale Sharks wanted to see at this time of the game as well. We have got there. If you don't believe that is, I will send you the whole investigation portfolio as well. And Leicester to beat Quins as well. Says Trunks there. Although it's actually Leicester, the team who are undefeated up to this point. 8 from 8 so far for them. And welcome in, mate, as well. Says Sebastian there to Trucking Down Under. So good morning as well. What part of the world are you coming from? Trucking Down Under, do let me know. Although I assume Down Under would reference Australia. So you are up very early. And there we go. Yeah, it's got there. I believe in Seb's investigation portfolio as well. Says Katie Dixon there as well. But that one is a beautiful try for Sean Maitland. Vunipola was involved not just in that build-up with the pass on the outside, but also for the play beforehand. That one, no. Going away to the left-hand side. So that is going to remain as now 18 points for the Leinster, or sorry, not for Leinster. Leinster's on my mind now. They're going to be playing in the URC. They actually lost to Ulster here. They are just showing there. Vunipola sold the dummy and then wide cutout pass. That takes a lot of skill, and he is a number 8 to be able to do that. Was Australia mate as well. And there from Trucking Down Under and Trucking Down Under in the chat from Jay as well. So I appreciate you being here. So I assume you're sitting at 3:19 a.m. Are you trucking at the moment? Do let me know. Although if you're typing, maybe, don't know. Do let me know. But I hope you are doing well. Billy Vunipola there, going to be wrestled down to the ground by the looks of it, just inside of his own 22 now. And it will be Ivan van Sale, who has made his way out onto the field. Oh, no, sorry, it's still Davis. It's going to be Ivan van Sale, though. Will be coming a little bit later. And Katie just changed the name. Needle something different as well. Says Trunks down, J-O-R, you mate, as well. Says Trucking Down Under there in the chat. On the halfway line at the moment. Oh, Mara, I told you, he came in from about 10 meters back and just flew into the breakdown. Raffy Quirk saying, I'll be having that ball, and they do not take this one quickly. And at 12:19 a.m. in Perth as well, there says Jay. Also, problem with teams with who try to be aggressive is that they always go too far. They don't know how to have controlled aggression. South African, on the other and naturally aggressive and can control it as well. That was actually a big hit from Maro Itoje. Are they going to be going upstairs? I don't believe so, but it is going to be kicked for the corner now. McGinty, he is trying to get it going for him. Good, thanks, Mr. Trucken as well. Sees Jay there in the chat, but now available for the Sale Sharks to try and kick this one about 5 or 10 meters out, get that rolling ball going, give it to the Warthog, as he is called, the angry Warthog, Aka Fundamurva. See how he can go. That's a good kick from McGinty now 10 meters out, and it will be the Sale Sharks who have got themselves a decent opportunity to try and get back into this one as well. Trucking down under, where you trucking to today as well, says Trunks there in the chat. And also we have got there Jake Lacey, not my cup of tea mate as well there in the chat. Says that trucking down under there with the laughing in the chat as well. And now it is going to be going up for the line out. Aka Fundamurva throws it. Oh, it's stolen by Maro Itoje. So the man who gave away the original penalty ends up getting himself the ball back for the Saracen side. 15 minutes out for their own line. And it looks like Davis going to be kicking this one high. And he does fire it into the night sky at the moment at STONEX Stadium. Maitland tries to line it up, not able to take it cleanly though, does end up knocking it backwards, so it's still available for Saracens. Marco Vonapola with the step there. And now currently sitting 30 meters out and straight in there. No, not able to get the turnover. I believe it was Bevan Rod. He's been penalised. If he's not careful, they're going to get March 10 here. He's arguing with the referee. What does he decide? Maro Itoje at the moment, he is cool, calm and collected under pressure. Him versus Diaga. We said that was the battle that we were looking for. And we were able to get to see it there. And he was able to get the better of Lutiaga. Kicking it for the corner. Actually, they've reversed that penalty, have they? Or they're going right back for the original advantage. So now it does mean that it is going to be 5 meters out. And now once again, going to be a good opportunity. And try and get something going. Aka Fundamurva needs this one as well. Me and Trucking know each other from a few other Aussie live streamers, mate, as well. I think BKR Sport might have mentioned you a couple times. Trucking down under to me. Possibly, I believe so. For the Rugby League. I think you are a Rugby League man, aren't you? And okay, so cool. He has the nickname on the team sheet and the nickname of Warthog as well. Says LB there. And also we have got off to the far south coast, a place called Eden as well. Says Trucking down under. So I assume it would be, like, you probably have quite long days in your truck, I would assume. I feel like that was such a weird statement from myself because I assume you're probably doing like at least 12-hour shifts. So thank you very much for your service for the trucking industry. Keeping it all going, even in these times. It's very impressive indeed. And now it's going to be 15 meters out now. Rafi Quirk fires it back. Oh, it's a little bit low, but it is taken nicely by the Sharks. Can they get themselves one try in this game? Rafi Quirk trying to pierce around the side. Vunapola trying to get straight in there as well. Now, once again, going to be available for the McGinty. Fires it back. Good carry forth from Curry. He's got his brother out on the field as well. If either Curry scores a try, that would be very impressive. And Aka is a name too as well, says LB. And yeah, at this stage, the angry Warhog. I feel like I'm never going to stop calling him that now that you've told me that is his nickname. Still 15 minutes out here for the Sale Sharks. Straight out in front of the post. McGinty now gives it off to Fundamurva. The man who I've been mentioning plenty of times here. Maro Itoje tries to get in the breakdown, steals it as well. And in the breakdown, he is just a pest, I guess you could say. And he is always able to get it back for the Saracens side. Vincent Cox still out there working hard. 55 minutes into this game now. And it looks like it's going to be a good attacking run here for Saracens. Lazowski not able to break through. Finds the offload of Max Malins. He's got pace. Oh, he's knocked it on. Rare mistake from Max Malins, but it has been the second time today that he has dropped the ball as well. And you are always right as well in the chat. Also, we've got the Katie House things in the USA as well there. And also, we've got the and a couple of others as well. Says it, Jay there. And it was a great run there from Lazowski. He's playing 13 for this game. He can kind of play pretty much any position in the back line. Max Malins, that's the second time he's knocked the ball on today. Been under a bit of pressure, but was a very great flat ball into the hands of Lazowski. He went straight through the gap. I believe it was round Tom Curry, and he was not stopping once he kept going. Good tackle from Rafi Quirk. His last-ditch defense, I should say, is actually very impressive. He just keeps on going no matter what. And it was Max Malins who was dragged down in the end by the number 14. Did end up knocking it on, and now it will be the scrum feed for the Sale Sharks. If they want any physical chance of being able to get back into this game, they need to score within the next 5 minutes. But then they've got a man disadvantage, so it's not going to be easy for them. And John Matrix, not all the time, as I said, Strunks there. And Jan also a little disappointed in the Sharks. They have such quality team. They play like this as well, says Kevin. And yeah, I think it is tough for them because they did lose Manu Tuolangi. He's one of those guys that every time, every time he does get the opportunity. Oh, okay, that does not look good. Akafinda Merva. We will come back to my train of thought, but that is going to be his night over by the looks of it as well. And we have got there, pretty good, brother. Thanks. Trying to get my YouTube channel going. As well, says Katie Dixon there in the chat for how she is going. And also we have got there Aka means Acorn as well. His real name is Armand as well. Says Albie. So I do hope that he is not going to have a very long injury, because it seems like it could be a little while for him, depending on how it goes. But we did actually hit the 20 likes. That is, I believe, the most we have had for a Gallagher Premiership live stream. Also the most people watching at a time for a Gallagher Premiership live stream. So we appreciate all of you being here, even though it is the middle of the night here in New Zealand. Australia, it is also the middle of the night, but we appreciate you all being here for this one. Max Malin's taking it nicely. He has been able to hang on to it. I'm trying to start mine too, as well, says Drunks there in the chat. It is a lot of fun. Like, I have absolutely loved doing this YouTube side of it. And as you guys know, like, whether there is one person watching or 100 people watching, like, every live stream, it's just absolutely awesome, because you guys are always in the chat for them as well, which she would like to keep troll free, mind you, as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, exactly right. And this one now, it is going to be the penalty once again for the Saracens. And also we have got there, good luck, brother. Hope it goes exactly how you wish it to go as well. And smack that like button. Sees a Jay there in the chat. But now it looks like Saracens are going to be making a few subs here. Possibly Ivan Van Sale still yet to make his way out onto the field. They've also got Dominic Morris and Alex Lewington. But now kicking it for the touchline, and then 22 meters out now. Subscribe to Trunks as well, says John there in the chat. Davis, he's going to be making his way off the field. So Fun Sale now getting the opportunity. Just subscribe to your channel, mate. Because there's a bit of competition now as well. Says Truck It Down Under. Appreciate that, mate. Although we do have a podcast together, and we did actually, that's the thing. I've actually probably spent more time in the past week talking to him, like, off live streams and off podcasts than any other time. Like yesterday, as you may know, we both covered the Sevens at 4 a.m. New Zealand time, 2 a.m. South Africa, or not South African, Australian time. And we chatted for about 3 hours beforehand. And it was just the case of trying to keep each other awake. So we just had, it was actually a very fun chat overall. We actually talked when I did wake up today at about 10 p.m. after the big night. And he was saying that he's absolutely buggered after the big weekend that we have at ourselves. We have got there. Don't subscribe to Trunks on the chat, says Jade. Also, we have got there not planning to troll her at all. That's rude. Why do that as well? But now it is going to be 35 meters out here for the Saracens. Once again, the draw and pass going very nicely for them. Lazowski gives it off now. It is actually going to be Ben Earl, first carry of the match for him, and straight on the ball there for Sale Sharks. They win the penalty, and it was Tom Curry. No, they don't win the penalty. It's just going to be the advantage. The referee had the whistle in the mouth, almost let out the exhale. Now he lets out the exhale, and it is going to be the penalty to them. Good idea, Katie, as well. And also, I don't plan on doing any live streams in the beginning, brother. I'm going to work my way up to that, as well, says KD. And yeah, it is going to be exciting, because you will be possibly doing the MLR, which is a competition that, I mean, there is very good rugby being played in that competition. Definitely with all of the ex-players, kind of from Super Rugby, ex-players from the Northern Hemisphere games as well, that we do get to see scattered throughout the teams. And that's coming back very soon as well, which is pretty awesome. And now kicking for the corner here, McGinty, another good strike of the ball for him. 22 meters out. Sale Sharks, 22 points will win them this game. But there is only going to be a total of 21 minutes left to do it. Everything's around the 20s at the moment. We've got 20 people watching. We've got 20 likes on the live stream as well. 20 is the magic number. It's currently 5:28, so that's another one that does have the 20. Is there a number 20 out on the field? It is Tom Curry, so maybe he can score himself a try. Now driving his way forward, it is his brother, Ben Curry. Rafi Quirk plays halfback. It is going to be now the replacement, number 17, who is Oosterhuizen for this one. Oh, sorry, Ross Harrison, actually. McGinty now. Now it's Oosterhuizen. Oh, he just gives the ball to Vunapolo. He said, you can have this one, mate. I don't want it anymore. And now Vincent Cock wrestling his way forward. For Saracens, once again, we have got the You Made My Weekend, a busy and irritating one. Just behave while you still can as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat about the modders, or no, sorry, not the modders, the spammers. I should say, step by step, you should do a podcast with BK and Kiwi lads when you're ready as well. Says Trunks there. Oh, McGinty not able to take it clean, and now it's back on the side of Saracens one more time now. It's going to be going back across our Fun Sale now. First replacement, or first receiver, I should say. Oh, it's a little bit loose there from Saracens, and now decides to go nicely there. Lazowski getting driven sideways, and we're going back for the penalty once again. We have got there. I would love that as well. Says it was for Katie Dixon for the Trunks, and also not many channels doing things like MLR and the rugby and rugby food and rugby humor. So that's where I'm heading with my content as well. There are a lot of channels that are very heated and angry, and I want to be chill as well. Says Katie Dixon there. Rugby food's got me interested. What are we talking for rugby food? Is it like making, like, I guess, food from the grounds, or is it like making a rugby ball cake and throwing it at a wall. Don't do that. That would be a waste of the cake. I would eat it if it is available. And now Tom Curry with a draw and pass. Going to be on the outside. Nicely done here for Sale Sharks. And now 22 metres out. Beautiful ball on the inside. Drag down there. Once again, Tom Curry, flat ball to his brother. How many times did they practice that in the backyard of their childhood? And now Lou Diaga still out there driving at the line. Tackled by his fellow South African Vincent Kogmara Doge. Trying to get straight on the ball. He's off his feet. Not allowed to play it now. Driving forward, Dan Dupree, another South African. And it is still going to be available. Maratoja gives away another penalty in the breakdown. Whereas Tom Curry is number 20. But we're now at 5:30, so I guess we need a number 30 out there, but that is not possible. Number Tom Curry now wide. Cut out pass. It's intercepted, though, and they're going back for the penalty. Sale wrestled down on the touchline. We have got the all right. Oh, no, you there as well. And now Kieran Reid, Kate Kiwi lads as well. Says Drunks there. And also we have got there in the chat. Yeah, I have a ton of ideas. For instance, MLR teams all have their official drink, like the specific beer or spirit, and I wanted to attempt to pair those drinks with gourmet food as well, says Katie Dixon. It'd be an interesting one. I thought for a second when you mentioned about the official drinks, I thought you were going to put them all in a blender and just have it a complete alcoholic concoction. Concoction, is that the word? Maybe. Concoction. I think it is concoction. Sounds all right, maybe. Hopefully. That is the right word, but now only a couple meters out. Is it the Curry? Who was it? Oh, it's his brother. It's his brother. Ben Curry scores a try for Sale Sharks, and he gets the first one of the match now. For the Sharks, finally able to break through. 14 men on the field, and Ben Curry has scored himself the try there. Took them a little while there, Sale Sharks, but they're in this one now. They've been able to get right out into the position that they needed to be. It was a very long sentence. We have got there in the chat. Am I the other one who thinks that Toje is hella overrated as well? Or am I the only one as well? Says LB. Concoction as well, says a J there. But yeah, it's unfortunately, Maro Toje, he's very good in the breakdown, very good in the line out, but that discipline side of it always makes it a bit of a teeter-totter for myself, because it's always like, yes, you're very good at times, but then also when you give away penalties that slowly, like he's given away 3 penalties so far in this game so far, Mara Toje. He's probably won one himself type thing, so it's kind of that balancing. He won the line-out still, but yeah, it's interesting to see how it goes. We also got their Sharks drive while finally as well, try for the Sharks, and also sounds like a great party as well for a concoction. Yeah, I guess depending on what you're thinking about it. Also finally got over the line as well, says Kevin there. Yeah, they've done well. 63 minutes through this game, and they've been able to pick up the first try. I said that Tom Curry was going to be the man who scored. It was Ben Curry. No one has kicked the ball there. Alex Good. Everyone was getting ready to chase the ball. He didn't actually kick it, though, and everyone was just running forward. Looked back at him and went, what are you doing, mate? Why didn't you kick that one? Now he has kicked it off, and it is going to be underway once again. I mean, if they score one more try here, they are right in this one. Atoje is a beast, and he does have a problem with discipline. He did that too much in the Six Nations as well, says Trunks. And also we have got there, and with a red card too, good work, boys, as well. Who knows, maybe the red card is what they needed to really, I guess, not fire themselves up, but kind of give them that extra kick that they do need. It's going to be kicked high there from Rafi Quick, perfectly timed. And it is going to be now Max Malin strides forward at Curry, who does drag him down. Missed tackle from, I believe it was actually Tom Curry missed it, but Ben Curry made the tackle. 2 Vanapolas out there as well, and 2 Tabrias brothers. There's brothers all over the place at the moment in this game, with 15 minutes left as well, and it is going to be Ivan Funsell. Puts the ball high, trying to line it up there. It is going to be Max Malins. No, it is actually going to be Sean Maitland trying to get it in instead. Now counter ruck there from Ben Earl, just fighting for the ball. Marotoche almost decided to grab that one as well. We have got there. Have a good day, people. Time to get going. JB, nice to Lacey. She a lovely lady as well. And the chat, have a good one, mate. As well, says trucking down under. Right back at you, mate. And yeah, hope you do enjoy your day of your trucking. And also we have got there, if they could prevent the 4th try and the bonus points for Saracens, I'll be satisfied as well. Says it was Sebastian there. And also we've got there the Bro Army in the chat from Katie Dixon. I remember Jason Robertson. He was a good player back in the day for Sale as well. Now, speaking of good players, it is going to be now down the wing. Good run forward for Seagun. Making a few extra meters. Funsell now firing the ball back. Billy Vunapola tries to step. Good low tackle on him by Dupree. Still on the side of Saracens as they get themselves one more try. Do they need 4 tries or 3 tries in this to get the bonus point and take care trucking as well? And the chat from Sebastian there. And also have a good one, mate, from Katie Dixon. Then no, all the alcoholic drinks in the blender. Oh, with some fruit and lemonade concoction as well. Not the Navy version of concoction as well. Yeah, now that you say that, that does make sense. It would be an interesting drink. Because I guess there's every team has their alcoholic one, don't they? Like, there's not a team named after an orange juice that I know of. Oh, he almost had the ball, and he does win it there. For Sale Sharks, once again, 4 tries are the bonus point as well, and enjoy trucking down under as well. And take care, trucker, mate. Lacey is all yours, caller, as well. Says that Jay there in the chat. Also, we have got the aha from Katie Dixon. But another one going the way of the Sale Sharks. They're starting to try and push their way back into this game. 65 minutes down, or 66, sorry. And Dupree are working extremely hard for his side. Try and keep them in this game. But good there. Passes it on the outside. They are showing just that replay. Seagun, he is lightning fast when he does get going. Even when he had a man on him, McGinty was trying to drag him in. He just kept on going. Now it's going to be nicely done by Dupree to win themselves the penalty. 3+ compared to your opponent is the top 14 as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, because I know that Super Rugby originally was 3+, but then I think the Bunnings NPC have actually changed it, and it's just 4 tries gets you the bonus point in that competition now as well. So everything goes, starts a rugby team and names it after orange juice as well. Would be an interesting one. I feel like people would get behind it though. It seems like a good idea getting that vitamin C while you are out on the rugby field, because that's the thing. I feel like orange juice is actually weirdly strategic for rugby, because when you used to play rugby when you were a child and you used to have oranges at halftime, I feel like that would bring back childhood memories for a lot of people now. Once again, Vincent Koch going off the field there for Cleary, who is now making his way out onto the field. They're in a good attacking position here. Dan Dupree, running hard at the line. JP Dupree protecting that one. Maratoje trying to cause a nuisance of himself. And the breakdown of Oosterhuizen once again with the contact. It probably made that noise when he did run straight into the defense of Saracens. They're looking solid at the moment, although creeping their way forward here for the Sale Sharks. Looking to the short side. Rafi Quirk puts their down, almost ripped away by Sean Maitland, but very nicely done by Rafi Quirk to hold on to a 3+. Makes teams play until the end of the game as well. And I like that. I like that name, Sebastian, as well there for the Albuquerque Fantas as well. I would watch them play. And I'll probably buy a few Fantas after at the Pineapple Fish Pirates as well, says Katie Dixon there. In fact, nothing rhymes with the word orange. That is true. I was going to try and rhyme something, but then I realized I have actually done that before, and it doesn't work out. I was thinking snorange, but it's not quite a real word. But now, currently still 15 meters out. Penalty there to Sale Sharks. Rafi Quirk takes it quickly, and he's just driving his way at the line. Needs some protection, though, in the breakdown. Oh, it's still on the side there for the Sale Sharks. Quirk now fires it back. McGinty actually was playing halfback. JP Dupree, this momentum is shifting right now for the Sale Sharks. Quirk goes out now to Curry. Was able to score a try. Oh, it was just a flat pass. Not the best pass as well. And it's going to be the knock-on scrum feed. And fun fact, so we can remember Ben Cohen play England back in the day. As well as that's given there. And also, in case of a bonus point victory, all the fans get a free Fanta as well. There's Sebastian. And also we have got there, I like that name, Sebastian from Trunks as well. I would actually tell you what, if they had an incentive, or not an incentive, but if they had that as a regulation of going to the ground, and they're like, hey, if our team get a bonus point, free Fantas for everyone, I feel like that would be very good marketing. And the puffy orange fishes as well. There's Trunks down, and lozenge is about as close as you get, or as you will get. Lozenge, yeah, that's not too bad. Lozenge, orange. I feel like I could say it in a way that does make it close. Ludiaga going off the field. Not a lot rhymes with his name, I wouldn't think, in total. Ludiaga. Yeah, nah. It's got there. Although here in Albuquerque, they will probably hand out cans of Hatch chilies as well. Then more than cans of sodas and juice as well. Says Katie Dixon there, but 10 meters, or what are they showing? Oh, 12 meters he ran onto the ball there. I think they are showing there to see whether or not he was onside for that one. But he was able to get back nicely. Max Malins, and now currently going to be the scrum feed for them. But saying that, Sale Sharks at the moment, if they get 2 more converted tries, or even 1 converted off those 2 tries, they will win this game as long as Saracens don't get any more points. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. Sean Maitland going off field and Alex Lewington making his way out there now. I mean, it's not exactly a bad sub to have coming off your bench, is it? Alex Lewington, and also Lager as well for LB. What about the full name together? Lud Diaga something the Lager. Lud Rude de Lager. Nah, haven't got it. I haven't been a peanut, or I haven't had a pina colada in a while. They sound really good as well. I believe they're are they pineapple coconut Coconut? Is there coconut in there? It's pineapple and something else. I would actually like to try one. Diago rhymes with an alcoholic drink, in fairness as well. Says it was Sebastian there and also mother and father as well. Says Jay there and Kiwi Lads on your next video for Rugby Challenge. Can you call your team the Northern Orange Kitty Cats as well? Says Chunk. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we can get something going in that regard. I'm actually keen to do a career mode for one of the Rugby Challenge 4 sides. Once again, maybe a Super Rugby team. As you guys did seem to enjoy that. Also, our World Cup, it is going to be coming up very soon on Rugby 2011 as the fake All Blacks, I guess you could call them, because they aren't actually licensed in that game. And also, we have got there, lol, in the chat from Anna there. And also, we have got there as well, mother and father, and also Luke de Jagermeister. I almost choked. From Dixon Liddell will be Alex Good. I feel like I'm in a very giggly mood tonight. Eminem, eat your heart out as well. Says Jay, you know when you're like overtired and you start giggling and you can't stop giggling? I feel like I'm about 5 seconds away from that happening. But Alex Goody has got a bit of headgear on, or a bit of a strapping on the head, I should say, and it is going to be now Pifiletti with one of his first throws of this match for Saracens, able to claim it nicely at the front. And I have, if you have lemon, make lemonade as well. Says it was given, and also, and call your player Ross Gin Guinness Lager as well. Says Trucks, and also we've got there 2 trailer park girls go around the outside as well. Says Katie Dixon there. Now there's going to be Ivan Van Sale, fires it back good. Wide cut out pass there, and it is going to be Max Malin's now got the man with him. Seagun trying to step back nicely, and he does so. Seagun still going here. Driving very nicely at the line. 22 minutes out. Good attack and run there from Ray. I'm trying to work out who he came on the field for, because I believe I do not see a Vunapola out there, but then I don't actually see too many others. So Ray is still out there. And there's actually Ben Earl out there. I'm looking around. I see one Vunapola. Do I see another? It is going to be a good sideways run there for Saracens. Now passing it out the back line. Vunapola. Oh, there is another Vunapola. His brother's still out there, and he is having a good run as well. Marco Vunapola, Van Sale now. Pearson around the side of the breakdown, able to get dragged down there. If they decide to go to the right-hand side, or it looks like Vunapola now is getting right in there. Toje able to have a decent carry as well here. They are only 5 meters out. Yeah, Shady's back as well. Says Cody Dixon, I guess he's back again. In the chat for Sebastian now. Still driving forward here. Looks like Billy Vunapola driving hard at the line. Just a couple meters short once again here. Still available for them though. Saracens, one more try would give them the win definitely here, but maybe one more intercept. Oh, Billy Vunapola is actually staying down for a while. I think he was staying down just to be out of the way. He gets the ball back there. Billy Vunapola, bent in a way that wasn't supposed to be bent like that, but he didn't quite get over the line. They are still inches from the line here for the Marco Vunapola, short of the line. Once again, Fun Sale now. Good rush defense there from Sale. Oh, what a try that is. From Max Malins, he just got the nice little offload pass, and he said, thanks very much. I will be having me another thank you. And he has been able to get himself the try, Max Malins. He has scored 7 times in the last 3 matches. Seagun's still down with an injury. Hate to see that, but they will be loving the fact that they were able to score the try, and Max Malins was the man who was able to do it. Yeah, it's got their level 7 as well. Me too in the chat. And also, Jay, I tend to piss in the sink when I'm assaulted as well. Also, we have got the have you ever laughed so hard that a little bit of wee has come out? That means you're having a good time as well. Says it, Jay, there in the chat. Also, use the shower step, it's easier as well. Says Jay. Max Malins gets that one. I feel like I've got some weird images going through my head at the moment, but now that is going to be another try there. And they have been able to convert it as well there, Saracens. So it is very nicely done. Now they are leading 25 points to 7. They need one more try to get themselves a bonus point. LBS set game's over. It is indeed 8 minutes left. Can they get the bonus point here? We don't want them to. If you ask named Sebastian, good, beautiful ball on the inside. They had the numbers on the outside, but they were marking them. So they went inside ball. Max Malin said, yep, I will be scoring it. And he is a very happy man at the moment. Katie Hamish should call himself Mother Kabumfa as well for his Rugby Challenge player as well. And Carl Barron is a crack up as well. Says to Jay there. Hopefully that's not one of the videos, Katie, as well. Says Sebastian there. And at the chat, me too. Says Katie for the sink pissing. My channel gets taken down before it even goes up as well. Says Katie there. Now driving their way for Marco Vunapola, making his way off there. Seagun going off the field for Morris. So you'd assume that maybe that injury. I'm hoping it's not serious, though. Rafi Quirk now firing the ball back once again here for the Sale Sharks. Still playing with 14 men. Great step there, though. And it could be the drawing pass. It is going to be Rafi Quirk on the inside. He scores the try, and they are trying to get straight back into this one now. And at the chat, we will go like this, and we will go like this. Rafi Quirk scores it. Nicely done. I realized I said that Ben Curry plays for the Saracens in my names there, but we will put there the Sale side, Sale try scorers. Try, that's not how you spell try scorers. That's a 4 in there, but we'll get rid of that. And we go like that, and we go like that. There we go. And now we will go here, and we will put his name. Rafi Quirk was the man who was able to score it there for his side. There we go. Rafi Quirk scores it in the 74th, and this game is not completely dead yet for Sale Sharks. They need 2 more tries, of course, but they're still working hard. 10 minutes here. That says they're sitting on 14 for myself here, but it says 15 here. I believe that this one, the scoreboard in the actual game will be correct. And Flash scorer just a point off as well. OMG try as well in the chat from Katie. And also we have got there, where is this chat? Where is this chat gone straight to the good stuff as well? And Mother Kamumfa as well in the chat there from Katie. And also we have got there, I know, right, Katie as well says Trunks in the chat, but Rafi Quirk. This stage, I believe it is 14 points to Sale, but this says 15, but they are still in the same position of needing to get themselves a little bit more. And also we have got there in the chat, sorry, my stream is ahead, my bad, as says Katie Jackson, no worries. I guess that's the thing. We've had phase after phase in this game quite a bit. Oh, backline movement now for Sale Sharks once again. Good inside ball, attack and run there from Rafi Quirk. He's really playing like a man on fire at the moment. Still available for them. If they get themselves one more try, there could be a chance that they can get. Oh, it's a loose ball though. And Kiwilays, I think Mother Kamumfa is the perfect name for you in the Rugby Challenge floor as well. Says Drugs there. And also we have got there on the chat Muppet for it was from Java now stepping back on the inside nicely. Good wrestle down there. And Saracens at this stage, it's a penalty to Sale Sharks. They can kick it for the corner and they can go again. Billy Vunipola giving away that one. This is going to be interesting, this match. I feel like Sale Sharks are doing a late comeback here. And they are not giving up, which is exactly what they need to do. And it is going to now be 22 metres out. Penalties 12 against Saracen compared to the 11 of Sale Sharks. And also we've got their Wales 2022 Six Nation champions. And also we have got their Mother Kambumfa, bless us as well, in the chat from Katie Dixon. Also we have got there, the fans have spoken as well. Says Drunks now, it's going to be breaking off the back there. Curry inside ball, nicely done here. And it is once again going to be Ushman. Getting his carry forward. Good Salah dummy there, looking to the short side now. Beautiful inside ball. And Sale Sharks, if they play like this from the start of the game, who knows what the score would have been, because they are now really attacking the line of Saracens. Curry dragged down there once again now. Going to be fired back here to the hands of Harrison. Ross Harrison trying to go forward. Billy Vunipola not able to get the ball back. There is still time here. 4 minutes left in this game. Oh, was it a deliberate knockdown? No, it's a little knock on there. The IQ man whose shoe size is bigger than one man whose shoe size is bigger than his IQ as well. Says a passion there in the chat. It is going to be the scrum feed for Saracens now. 3.5 minutes left. AJ McGinty just putting that ball down, unfortunately, for himself. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We are sitting on 22. Perhaps we can hit 25 by the end of it. If you haven't already, be sure to leave that like. 23. Geez, that happened very quickly. We've gone up to 22, so I appreciate that a lot, guys. And also, if you are new, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be back next week. The big game that we are covering, Leicester taking on Harlequins. Battle of two sides who are right up there in terms of the table. It's going to be, well, they were first and second heading into this match, but after this game, it will be going back, and it will be the Harlequins who will be overtaken by Saracens here. So it will be first versus third. Leicester undefeated up till this point, and also we have them a 70 cents is safe as well. That's going to be the penalty to Saracens, so it certainly is, mate. 11 points difference between these two sides. It's not even a penalty and a try. And Alex Good, he is going to be kicking this one into touch. See, that's the thing. Sale Sharks, they are after their bonus point now for being within 7. Saracens, they are after a bonus point for winning by 4 or getting 4 tries. I love that the 70 cents situation is still a thing as well, says Katie Dixon. Although, sadly, I didn't put the 70 cents on the on Saracens here. I could have made 74 back. Whole 4 cents of the profit could have been on the cards here. Do you think the Black Caps are going to beat India, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. That is another one that they are certainly paying more than 70 cents at the moment, but now it's going to be thrown in once again. Piffaletti goes to the back. Oh, it's stolen there by Sale Sharks. So the bonus point battle is still going to be happening here. And it is back in the court of Sale Sharks. They have got 2 minutes left, so if they score within the next minute or so, they can still get a chance. Profit as well, says Katie there. And Toulouse have to do the two best players in the world, Dupont and Colby now going forward. Oh, it's a good run there from Dan Duprez, as well. Although now they have actually, Toulon is going to have Cheslin Colby. Did actually transfer for a lot of money on the cricket on that stream as well. And Katie, it's worth a punt on the cricket on that stream as well, says Jay. And that's the thing, BBL coming this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Or actually, I believe it's on the Monday, if I'm not wrong, that is going to be starting up. It feels like an eternity since we got to see the KFC Big Bash, but it is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and the game is going to be taking place in 6 days, 15 hours time. So that is going to be Sunday night at 9:15 p.m. Oh, that's not great. That's when the Sevens is on. That's now the one time that I've had the realization that that's not ideal, because it's going to be an overlap. But we've got to cover the first game, but we've got to cover the Sevens. What do I do? It's going to be the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, I believe it is, and it gets so nasty out there as well, says Katie Dixon there. And Jav Vanapola now goes back. Good bit of a step there from Nick Tompkins. Been working hard in the midfield. Oh, that's contact. Oh, I just heard that one from here. And it was just like slap. It sounded like two nunchucks hitting each other. Is that a thing, Sevens or cricket as well, says Sebastian? That's a brilliant question. I guess it will depend on the games that do take place for the Sevens, because I know that the Sevens finals will be a little bit later on, and also the semi-finals might be at that stage. So I feel like it will come down to what games are taking place. It's going to be tough, though, to be able to decide. And look, I like how tenderly he wipes sweat off Vincent Cox-Bro, how loving as well. That is going to be the 80 minutes now in this game taken there, and they are still continuing to go. They want the bonus point here, Saracens, because if they get one more try, they do get it. Lucky Toulon. They need to have Jervis Gordon. That's gone down there. That is the final play of the game, and he does put it down. We have got their Sevens, please, as well. Says Trunks there in the chat. That is full time, ladies and gentlemen. 25 points to 14 now in this game, and it will be Saracens who move themselves back up into second place on there. I actually see there's another game of rugby taking place tomorrow, or not tomorrow, 6 days' time. I'm kind of interested. New Zealand Heartland 15 versus the New Zealand Barbarians. I feel like that will be an interesting contest, and I might cover it on the channel. 2 p.m. on Sunday as well. Sunday's a busy day, and who are we going to, or who are we supporting in the Big Bash? The Scorchers as well, says Sebastian there, and they messed up as well. I quite enjoy, that's the thing, I feel like you guys know this by now, I'm terrible at picking my favorite side, and I would say, I quite like watching Melbourne Stars because of the skill that they have got. But then I like the Scorchers as well. Mitch Marsh is a good player. It's going to be tough, but we are going to be covering as many of those games on the channel as we can. So 9:15 pretty much every single night of the week is going to be occupied. Women's BBL cricket, Perth Scorchers won as well, says Jay. And Paul Sharks as well, says Katie Dixon. And also Katie Dixon, I will be supporting the Big Lash as well, says Trunks there. And the chat. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're sitting on 24. We're one away from 25. Has anyone got the chance of being able to click that like button to get us to that 25? Do let me know. And also, we have got their Sevens, please, as well, says Anna. And do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will be winning these Sevens this weekend? And put 70 cents on the men's Perth Scorchers as well, says Jay. For them to be able to win the whole thing, maybe. Could be worth a cracker. Thank you for the stream as well, says Katie Dixon. No worries. And thank you guys very much for your support over the whole weekend. I hate the Sixers. Great modesty from them as well. It's like naming your team the try scorers as well, says Sebastian there. And also, we've got there. Thanks for the stream, says Katie. But yeah, I hope you guys have all had a great weekend. And take care, Kiwi lads, and Sebastian and Jay. Bye, guys, as well, says Trunks. We will see you later on. And hopefully, we do get to see you next weekend for all of the matches. And I still need you guys to teach me more about cricket. Lol, cricket makes me feel extra dumb as well, says Katie Dixon. And I was 25. And so says Anna. So thank you very much for hitting that button, mate. And a big love at all, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing. KFC Big Bash, when it comes around, we are going to be doing, I guess, that many of those live streams that hopefully by the end of it will be a little bit easier to follow, perhaps, in terms of the system of how the games work. And cheers, Cobbo, as well, says Jay there. And also cheers for the stream, Hamish, as well, says Sebastian. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope you've had a great day, /night, /evening, /afternoon, whatever the time is where you are. Hope it was great. And I will see you all for our next weekend live stream, although a gaming live stream coming midweek, hopefully, if we do get everything sorted out. And George, we need to pray for rain so that George gets the day off work so that we can do the live stream. Have a good one, farm. Fam, I should say. And also Big Love All as well, says Sebastian there. But yeah, anyone who is wondering who the try scorers were in this game, very quickly, and it was in the end Vincent Koch, Sean Maitland, and Max Malins for the Saracen side. Then the 2 tries for Sale Sharks. They didn't look like they were going to be getting as many as they did. I've only got the one down there, but the other try who should be there that I did not end up writing down, it was actually Ben Curry who was able to score the other. I did have him down as a Saracens player, and then accidentally played for Rain, so we get George as well. And yeah, we'll be excited. Dead by Daylight might be the game that we do cover for that one. But let's thank you all very much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you all for the next one.